Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Now, I just want to get a few things out of the way. Yes, technically we're live. Normally we have a countdown. However, we kind of had to, we wanted to kind of rush into it, so to speak. And as mentioned over Twitter over an hour ago now, I believe, we do have a special guest with us. Hopefully we can hear him, and hopefully the audio will be okay. It is the wonderful Ben. How are you doing?
Doing excellent, and hopefully, yes, someone can actually hear me speak this.
Please let us know. He might be too quiet.
Yeah, no kappa, please. Yeah.
No kappa.
No kappa.
And yeah, of course, Jono just behind us now. We want to get something out of the way very quickly. Kind of a pre-stream exclusive. We'll mention this towards the end of the stream as well. Next Monday, we have another Q&A coming towards you guys. So the same people. It's going to be David Venture-Solari, the VP of Block and Load. Ben, of course, being here. Hopefully with audio, we'll have him on our wonderful Skype, and hopefully we'll not Skype, TeamViewer, whatever, and hopefully everything will work okay. We will obviously try to make sure that it is a lot better that time. And I believe, Jono, you are around, right, Jono?
Yeah, I'm around. I'll be there. I do enjoy a good Q&A session. Yeah. So yes, I will be comparing probably to pass on your questions and, you know, hopefully sate your interest after, of course, you've had a go on why we're having a Q&A. Of course, we're not ready to say anything just yet, I don't think, unless Ben wants to.
Well, it ties into some stuff we'll be talking about very, very shortly.
So between now and then...
Between now and Monday, yeah,
pin back your
ear. Stuff. There you go. So, yeah, pay attention. There'll be some... much to talk about.
There we go. I just want to throw that up there, over there, because you guys kind of need to say that, because obviously I don't normally do a stream at the frame up, and I completely forgot to put the frame up.
Outrageous.
Yes. Oh my god, the frame. Yeah, it should be a good one. Another Q&A, obviously, if you guys get all your questions in. And hopefully when Monday comes around, you guys will have quite a lot of questions for many different reasons.
Oh yes, I'm hyped. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited, because we obviously had a little play on the upcoming information today, and it was insane. Yeah. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one indeed. Hopefully, if all goes well, all of this stuff will be with you before Monday. As soon as we know it's good to go, we'll begin opening the floodgates, so to speak, of what's going in. Consider, to put it simply, the first PTR update we brought out was pretty massive. This one is massive as well. Oof. And if we're talking about Block and Load the game, it's about to get, excuse my language, a kick up the ass, so to speak.
You could say it's a game changer.
Oh my.
You know, I'm here physically. I can sweat it. I'm just saying that, you know.
Yeah, it's going to get a kick up the ass in the best possible way. There's going to be so much stuff going on. But there's going to be a lot to look forward to. Today's stream, though, guys, we do our Thursday Throwdowns, and it's the very first time we're doing a Thursday Throwdown on the PTR, which means that we are going to get a little bit more hype.
Yes.
Because, Jono, what does that mean in particular? Why the PTR, first of all?
Well, the PTR, of course, we have 3 brand new heroes. Now, whilst they are in an early stage, you know, they're ready to kick ass, they do the job, they do the business, and we're going to actually get to see them in competitive matches. So not only is this exciting for us, Ben gets to see his creations duking it out live on the stream. I mean, how are you feeling about it, Ben?
Well, it's always really interesting to see good players take heroes that you've seen from paper, from idea, to in code, to testing, to little bits of beta ourselves internally and what we can do, but to see them in not to diss you guys too much, competent people's hands, and see what they actually come up with, and the tactics and how they play and what they do with them is just, you just don't expect half of it, which is fantastic, is why it makes the game fun to work on as much as it is to play. So I'm looking very much forward to seeing what people do.
Competent people, ladies and gentlemen. Competent people. There you go. Yeah, and honestly, and even the beauty of all of it was, obviously, with the Thursday Throwdowns, we'd had the 9 heroes in the game. I love looking at the chat, you just never know what to expect. But yeah, we've had the game out for a long time, obviously, and with the 9 heroes when they came in, it was, even with the Throwdowns, we love seeing our top players and then just seeing the uniqueness they bring to each hero. Like, a lot of things we see now with Sweet Science involve that graviton pull, which we now see a lot of it at the time being used to pull people off arenas, because big kills like that, and you know, keeping them off if it's blockbuster and everything else. There's so many different variants. I'm hyped to see what comes out of it for both Yuri, Kira, and Vanda. We might see an amazing Yuri tactic that we've never seen before, and this is the beauty of it. You guys can all get involved. It's on the PTR. We have a custom game up called Thursday Stream. The password is currently Chips. I didn't make that password, FYI. But it should be a rather fun one indeed, because we've got 2 hours of just literally watching games. I do want to point this out straight away just before we get into it. We're on the PTR build where essentially spectating is a little bit bugged, so you might see 2 of the same team color, and you might see a mini map, for example, where it shouldn't be. But regardless of that, we will happily roll on through, because it's not going to affect us, because we will still be able to watch. So we'll just be taking you through it. Of course, the spectator fixes and many more are on the way, so to speak. I can tell you that for a fact. But, downloading, says Miko Dad. It's okay, you got 2 hours. We've got many games to come. Lobby is full.
Exactly. If anything is based upon our previous stream when we actually played the games, they've been a bit shorter as people learn to play the heroes.
That's a great point. Now, obviously, we've seen some games go like 40-odd minutes, and obviously with the new heroes, we had, I think, what was it, 6 games with the new heroes?
Yeah,
we almost got through all of the new arenas introduced into the PTR, and in fact we're going to kick it off with a new arena. Now normally we kick it off with Mountain Express, a staple favorite. We will see that because I want to see.
Oh no, it's not Stone Temple.
It is Stone Temple.
Oh wow, okay, wow. So this is
Yes.
this is Mountain Express 2.0.
Hey, here we go.
And yeah, this is.
I'm glad you got why I wanted to do Stone Temple. I approve, Jono. I approve.
It's because obviously, don't worry, Mountain Express isn't going anywhere. It's the vanilla ice cream of the block and load world. Everyone likes it. It's tasty, but yet it has depth. So yeah, this is kind of like the I don't know, the chocolate ice cream flavor. You know, it's the Mountain Express you know and love, but with a whole new twist. So
That's
really
Jono.
excited. I like
is
food.
Hungry, you get enough to eat today. Clearly, always food.
So we're gonna, and just to clarify, if you don't get into the first game, you can happily spectate if you wish. We're not gonna deny spectating to anybody
Of course.
whatsoever.
Watch our spectator, though.
We'd rather you watch it with us because we have, of course, the Mighty Ben
Yes.
who can give us insight into many things, but at the same time, we hope we make it more enjoyable when we watch. We've had some phenomenal stuff. In fact, I believe we used a clip yesterday. Did we not fail of the week?
Yes, fail of the week was
one of the throwdowns, which I believe was the
block cutting
on a block keep, which is now fixed. But seeing players attempting to cut a blocker and die a lot. But I just want to stress this out. You can fail. And we won't go ha 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 you failed. It's only fun fails we approve of.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
We don't want to go, oh, this person's never played before. Let's watch
Yeah, we
him
don't
as
go,
he
this
falls in."
person's terrible. Look at them, point and
Yes.
laugh. It's this person, you know, they're competent. And you know, bet they did a whoopsie.
Okay, so while we're here then, the teams are in lobby.
Yes.
I'm gonna go for the three new heroes really quickly. We'll go take our time with them.
Whoa,
really.
why don't we let Ben go through them?
That's what I wanted to say. I wanted
yeah.
to ask him a question.
Damn it,
Right.
Shawnee!
Bridge it
ask
over.
Ask away.
But no, so let's go. We're gonna go inspect it now, but let's go with let's start with Van der Graaf. Like, give me the rundown of how it all came about. This crazy. Well, take us through him actually.
Sure. Well, Van der Graaf is our next, basically, base build focused kind of defender hero. We wanted to take a look at turrets and make something a little more interesting, and not just have an auto fire kind of. You know, Tony fills a certain role, and we'll be looking in the future at
Oh,
other
speaking
ones
of
as
Van
well.
der, sorry.
And so we were looking at something where the turrets are passive when they're by themselves, but a good player who babysits and plays around and is really map aware can actually do some cool, interesting things. And that's where his electricity and the jumping from Tesla to Tesla came into the discussion at all in the very beginning. So for him, it's all about building up a good base, figuring out where good choke points are going to be, putting his Teslas in smart locations, and of course supporting his team as any other defender here with health, with ammo, and all that stuff. Like he doesn't play with electricity only. He fills a very important role for the team. So yeah, that's basically where he came from. That's the new gameplay we want to bring to Block and Load.
All right, John, anything you want to add on?
Well, yeah, I mean, Van der Graaf, primarily because Tony was my first main and I really enjoyed defending in the game, piqued a lot of interest when I heard about, because I remember Ben mentioning him for the first time and I was like, chain in towers, and to play him and see him like this is amazing, because you can be the sneaky defender. Tony's all about being out there, being visible, being a deterrent, and then using your bolt gun when they get close. But Vander, you set up your towers, you can hide in a roof, you can hide in a hole, and then just chain to him.
His animations.
Oh, they're fantastic.
I just love his.
But like he just gives a whole new style of play to defend, and you can be discreet, you can hide, and you can ambush. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. And not only that, he can, he's got this laser beam, he's got like electric grenades. So, when he's in a corner, he can fight. I think he's a fantastic complement to Tony. And I look forward to seeing teams upon the free-to-play release when he's fully tweaked and ready to go. How Tony's and Van der Graaf's kind of work together to have this insane base. Of course, he's special as well. Gotta keep rolling on about it. Like, he can put down a defensive orb, so whether that's around turrets, around mortars, around the cube, blocking a doorway, he's fantastic. And as a defensive player, I'm really excited for him.
He definitely is the king of area denial. Between his Tesla coils and his active ability with the cage, you really have to think twice if you approach him, because even up close, like you're saying, he's more than capable in combat himself with his lightning. So he's a very well-rounded.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like kind of like, unlike not in gameplay, but a combination of Eliza and Tony in regards to the kind of roles they fulfill as a defender. We now have Van der Graaf, who kind of sits quite nicely in the middle. So if you don't like being purely aerodenial, or you don't like being kind of using your turrets, you can be Vander, who's the slightly more kind of middle ground when it comes to defending. But then that brings us on to Yuri. Now, Yuri is very interesting. I think he's going to take, much like Dream Genie, a little bit of time for people to truly understand his strengths. Because he can siege well, he can defend, but then he's got these unique blocks. Now, do you want to go into more detail about those?
Yeah, sure. So Yuri, the Yeti, of course, is the master of ice and snow. And what he does to the environment around him, like causing an avalanche, as you might see.
That's good timing.
Really changes not only how he plays, but how powerful he is, and the entire outcome of a match, whether or not he's throwing snow down or not, and where and how. So for him, prepping and really controlling the battlefield with his building, and building with snow and ice especially, it's all the difference. It's when you go on the offensive push, making sure you have an avalanche ready or your snowblower ready to alt fire and get some blocks on the ground. Because if you don't have snow, I mean, you're in trouble. Like he's competent without it, but with it, he's a real powerhouse. He really can just push down most things and most people.
Yeah. I mean, you made a great point there. Obviously, the snow is what keeps Yuri going. Now, he can get away with it a little bit with a snow thrower. He can expend a bit of ammo before having to use the snow, but his snowball is effectively a one shot, and by that I mean he can only throw it once until he has to restock somehow. So, actually, I've got a question. Since does Yuri regenerate ammo? So, can he regenerate snowball ammo off the ammo crates?
Yes, but very, very slow. So, his primary way to regain health and ammo is from his snow itself. He gains health a little bit slower, but reasonable. But ammo in particular is quite slow from crates.
Is it the same for Van der Graaf, who I should mention regenerates ammo by essentially sprinting, and you can see the effects coming off him, which means he's regenerating ammo. That's his static boots. But does he also regen off ammo crates as well?
Yes, everyone gets health and ammo from ammo crates and stuff. And everyone will in the future, and always, but their rates might be tweaked based on what other abilities, passives, actives, and other things that they may have.
Alright, so let's look at the teams a little bit. So let's get into it. So immediately, Team 1 have one of every new hero in this game, combined with a Sweet Science and a Nigel. So there's quite a lot of utility there based off that team lineup. Team A going for a lot more of a classic-based team lineup, but the only exception being Kira Chan is into the mix being played by Brothers. Looking at these two teams, Ben, I'll ask you first, and I'll ask you, John. What do you think of these two teams right here, based on their hero lineups?
Well, the three new heroes add new flavor, new ways to approach things. By no means are they a requirement for anyone to accomplish anything. A skilled player can take any hero and clear the map with it. But it'll be interesting to see some classic tactics from the one team versus some possibly unexpected gameplay.
Yes.
As a lot of people are still discovering what these people can do, we might see tactics that they're just not prepped to see, you're not prepped to deal with, and it'll be really interesting to see kind of a classic team versus a new team.
Little snow fort there.
Yeah. And you can see Yuri's under the passive effects. He has snowflakes essentially coming off his character, so that indicates he's got his little landmines up there, which will destroy a lot of that snow, but gets us good coverage. But anyway, we are off and going. I'm going to jump on board with Bags because, like you said, John, I'm kind of like Mountain Express on the right side, kind of open, but a lot more risky in this sense.
Yes.
And Bags already getting to work here, making his way towards the enemy base, and he is on radar here, as you can see. So
exactly. So he's getting an early flank in, trying to see what the enemy base does or doesn't have, and we're probably going to see an early respawn go down if he can get through unhindered.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see because Bags right now is
Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
already get to work. He's not on radar, as you can see. He's not
Fantastic.
illuminated. Yeah,
Good
straight
stuff.
away.
Well, yeah, he's using the natural blocks we've put in there, the crates, because people won't expect you to put them in a vulnerable place. And of course, he's not really kind of terraformed the environment, so there's no real tells that the radar respawn is immediately there.
Yeah, that's going to be a big advantage as really going to push things through. They really need to get some spotting up there where they're with radar, just some vision somewhere, because it's gonna cause them some pain.
Absolutely, especially because of course now we've got the early respawn. Kira Chan could try and hide a sneaky portal somewhere, and that means that she can then feed her team through consecutively, and they can fall back and defend as well. So respawns, once you've committed to that respawn, you are on the front line. However, with the portals, you can skip in and out between the two, which really gives them a lot of utility. However, of course, unlike respawns, the enemy team can use them as well.
So yeah, obviously, and we had a great example earlier. In fact, in one of our matches we were playing, we actually had on my team, a friendly Kira Chan put down 2 Popstar poles, and unfortunately, an enemy got hold of this and then used it against us and got straight onto our base because it came straight onto our base. And we actually lost the game. If done well, it can be really effective. However, like John have said, enemies can use it, so just bear that in mind if you decide to do anything with it.
But you can also use it to troll and kill your enemies by surrounding it in traps. One of my favorite ones I like to do is if I'm over lava, I will actually build it an indent into the cliff and then have a fake block bridge that leads out from it. So they come out, walk straight out, go into the lava. However, my team is safe. It's cheap, it's rebuildable. And once they've gone through it once, then, you know, they never know whether to trust it or not.
And there's an extra elite level step to that.
Oh.
Is when you walk into a portal, the facing you walk in is the same facing you walk out. So if you want them to walk over lava, sure, you block it off so they'll come in the direction so you know what direction they're coming in, and they'll have no chance.
You can channel them.
You can channel the direction they're going to be facing to come out, so you can make them not face the mine that's about to kill them, or face them into the lava that they're about to fall into. So yeah, it's you have the control.
So one thing in the PTR that is actually being introduced is the fact that Science can actually cancel momentum when he uses his Blitz Dance, so he can circumvent fall damage now. Now, it wasn't in live, obviously. It's in the PTR. Was there any particular reason for this change? Was it something that took a while? Or?
It's a couple things that combine to that. One is consistency. We have it with OP, and we have it with Estrella and other melee-type characters, Estrella the exception, obviously, being able to take advantage of momentum without all the drawbacks. And someone like Sweet, really, his mobility is closing that distance, doing all this. It really matters. And he's at a rather big disadvantage because he has literally no ranged weapons. Oh. So it's something we want to experiment with, and so far the feedback's been positive. So we'll see how it goes.
Kira Chan tearing up Science with her Uzis there.
Alternate Uzis, which is just chaos. But right now, Team A are on point with base damage. But Josh Mesh with a nice headshot there. Here comes Bradders. The Team A, Kira Chan, just gets absolutely Tiki Head and Uzi combination. I mean, from a base lineup, it's really on point for both teams, but Team A have been able to make effects the advantages due to Bags' awesome spawn, which I believe still hasn't been detected. Shader's in a bit of trouble and does get taken out. Bags respawns right by the base yet again.
Of course, interesting to see the classic blocking in base. Look at that.
Brilliant stuff. Sorry, John.
Yeah, they're obviously blocking in the cube. Obviously, arguably the very first type of defense we saw in Block and Load. It's simple but effective. It can be built upon, but it also does have its weaknesses like bricking yourself in. So it's good to see, obviously, this is a comfortable base for people to build. They feel safe, they feel secure. And as people get used to this map, like we've seen on Mountain Express, we could really see much more elaborate complexes being built.
Yeah, that's a great point, John. Obviously, these arenas were only recently introduced, so tactics-wise, players are still learning. I think next game we'll go to Mountain Express, because obviously it's an arena everyone's familiar with, and we'll see what hero types come out of this. But yeah, already first base down in 4 minutes here by Shader and Team A. They're rocking right now, and they go straight onto the second base. Josh Mesh
feeling pressure now.
Yeah, he's in a bit of trouble right now. Shader just trying to keep up with the Blitz Stance and Graviton, and gets hit big time there by Josh Mesh. He didn't get a cheat.
Oh, he's used the Force Gate.
He's used the Force Gate to cover himself in. He's trying to keep himself going. He's trying to pop out and shoot Shader. He needs to do not to be. Great effort.
Paul was just a bit late. Well, Shader escaped though.
Shader's on the run. He does get hit by the Tiki Head. That's going to slow him down quite significantly. Paul pulls him away, and there you go. Nicely done. But Bags already just getting
to a landmine there. He knows Science is coming. The thing is, will one mine be enough?
He killed himself with his own landmine. And Bradders, I believe, is spawned. There,
Here comes a Popstar portal. Cunningly disguised.
That's a very good spot for him. And we'll see what he decides to do here as Kira-chan. As you can see, popping out the kitty launcher. Just trying to keep, I believe that is Shader under, give him a bit of coverage here. There's a rocket launcher from Bags. They have so much coverage right now.
Here comes the kitty
teammate.
launcher at close range.
Look at this.
Rainbow destruction coming down.
And unfortunately, Vanda playing Tarek tries to do something, just wasn't to be. Paul's
Shader there, double kill actually.
Yeah, Shader got a double. I mean, Paul's just rocketing right now. He's going to try and get Shader, but the damage here just just being done. Bradis has got free reign from the top. He can try and hit Paul as much as he can while Bags is trying to shoot him. They've just got fantastic coverage all over the arena here.
I have to say, Shader definitely is the sweetest science in this game.
Oh my word. He's Jono, ladies and gentlemen. But Josh Mesh with a double kill there. We just saw Shader go
Shader's
in.
back.
And my goodness me, punches away, gets himself a health pickup, which means, of course, he gets 50 health over time. Josh now needs to keep his ground, but Shader, look at him, trying to just grab him anyway.
Oh, he's got the leash.
Uppercuts, and that should feel
Josh baits him to the tiki head, but it's not enough as the blitz stance carries him forward.
I mean, from a team perspective right here, I mean, Bradis.
Oh, Bradis has got
found his
the
pop
Bradis
stat pole. There it is.
supplies. There we go.
That's his pop stat pole. So that's going straight to the enemy's second base, as we've been seeing. What a team teammate. What a teammate doing right here? Just assert this kind of dominance. It's just working out so well for them right now.
I mean, that respawn point really has been strong.
It's everything.
Yeah, you know, getting that early area advantage and taking down the first cube before they could actually receive any pressure back from Team 1 has been absolutely huge for them.
It doesn't even look like the other team's looking for it.
Well, yeah, where's the snow as well? Yuri's had his environment taken away from him, and as you said, Ben, as soon as he loses his environment, he loses his key strengths. He's counterable. He doesn't have the range DPS anymore. He can't heal. So, you know, Yuri needs to get back and start replenishing his Arctic, you know? Because otherwise he's just going to get picked off and isolated.
Oh, what a shot by Josh there on Bradis. Bradis trying to stick away. Lovely 2 shots there, but he just doesn't care. Brilliant shot by Josh. Fantastic. Now here comes Shader and Bags, the two attacking heroes here, really coming into the play. And Tarek, unfortunately, doesn't even get a chance. Puts down his lightning cage. That's going to cause quite a bit of damage to Shader, who's still skipping about. Has his shield from sprinting, but gets pulled away. Unfortunately, not to be. But look at this by Team A. They are absolutely rolling right now.
Meanwhile, Sarge, he's obviously putting some pressure on his rival, arguably, Kira Chan. Obviously, Kira Chan with a health advantage. Look at that. No reloads for Kira Chan during that time.
He was going to actually make that jump, so a very important kill there by Ryson. It's nice to see Ryson playing, of course. Ace Block and Load 2-time tournament champion with Team Shawnee and Team OQ. So that's a nice thing to see. You haven't seen him in streams for a while. So seeing him play the new heroes is always good. Bradders.
Look at them lining up. They're waiting to attack, looking for a weak point. Meanwhile, Josh Mesh and crew. Look at that. Now, Kira Chan is squishy with 100 health, but her DPS more than makes up for that. If you can find, you know, someone big to hide behind or find some weak opponents, then you're going to do well. Not only does her special stop her reloading for a short period of time, but upon a kill, she earns a short-term shield and a heal to keep the momentum going.
Great point. Yes, and there we go. Another respawn coming down here from Shader. He has 8,000 bricks, so he's going to expend, I believe, 1,500 because he's already put down one respawn already. There you go. So he has just used that pull, and Shader, nice pull by Shader. Goodness me, right at the range, and again,
bringing him down.
Shader got the worst of that deal, however, and he gets pulled away as well by Paul. I love seeing these two fight because they are so good at sweet science.
It's Clash of the Titans, right? Look at the blitz stance movements, juking. And there was some sniping involved from Josh Mesh there.
That was fantastic.
Great stuff there between both Sweet Sciences of Paul and Shader. Now Bags trying to see if he can fight against Paul. Paul tries to hit the gravitas. What in the world? Paul just zipped. I believe that was the blitz stance. I'm going to guess it was. He zipped up there. And Shader just spawned as well. This spawn is just giving them all the free reign they need right now. Here we go. So we got, of course, Kira Chan being played by Brad is digging themselves in. The respawn point has been detected. However, Bags is like, you can get that one, but I'll put down another one. The pressure is unbelievable.
Grayson knows something's up. Oh, he's ran past.
Oh, no.
So close. He'll kick himself when he sees that.
And unfortunately, Ryson does get killed as well by Shader. Bags kills himself with a rocket launcher, but expends so much damage. And Shader has been able to get a double kill. He's going to try and get a triple now. Gets hit by a Tiki head. He is slowed. And Josh now just needs to try and pick his shots off. He did.
He's using the force field. Look at that. Juke in the blitz starts.
Just brilliant by Josh Mesh. And Shader is trying to fight, but he is going to go down.
And Kira Chan there.
Brilliant fighting.
No prisoners.
Just brilliant.
Meanwhile, Vanda.
I'm watching Vanda trying to go forward.
Oh, he's propped down the special there that we mentioned there. Does put damage down on measuring laser.
Does get him. Block crate coming down onto the left side of the arena as well. So we should see this being picked up in just a moment by Makara, man. Still at the moment, it's very unusual to see a supply drop being left down for that long. But Makara, man, now is on the way over. Intense match, 10 minutes in, and Team 1 trying to hold on to their final base. I think they're going to need a blockbuster here to try and turn things around.
I was going to say, Team A is sitting quite pretty. You know, their first cube still 3/4 health. You know, they can afford to put on this pressure.
What a
There's the
shot.
snowblower, slowing down Sweet Science.
That's what you need to do. You need to keep Science slow and try not to let get him so mobile. Of course, he's got the blitz stance, but if you can keep him... Oh my
Tarek
goodness,
from out of
Tarek.
nowhere.
That was the old fire grenades right up in Kira's
Tarek
hand.
doing his own John Cena impression.
And Shader,
Shader.
unfortunately...
Oh, what a blitz
Well
stance.
Brilliant by
And he's coming
Shader.
behind.
And he's been able to get
And
pulled
then Paul
away.
grabs him.
So Yuri putting down a respawn in his own base, so his teammates can respawn there instead of respawning back at the base respawn, so it makes it a lot easier for them. Bags still on the... Oh,
Obviously,
he's made a mistake
something
there.
interesting, unlike Mountain Express on this arena, it's not easy to get around and gain aerial advantage on this one unless you skybridge across. It's all about having to bust through that front wall, and that gives the defenders a lot more options.
And Brad is here, as you can see, with the launch. He's going to take a lot of damage from that. I'm not too sure. Goodness me.
I'm surprised the defenders didn't block that down at the start, if I'm honest.
That's a great point.
That's the first thing I did.
That's got a pop star on there, but Paul very smartly puts down a landmine. I believe he covered up the pop star portal as well, so that's very well played by him. Bradders is trying to look around. On our left, we see
He's been
Shader.
spotted. Josh Mesh smells blood.
And he does get the kill with a headshot.
headshot.
Let's go straight on to board with Shader here, who's actually bricked himself in. And Shader is going to get a couple hits here on the base. He will go down, though, in the process. But every hit is valuable here because there's no regen in your base. Every hit is permanent. So here goes Bags now, and let's see what he has in mind. Gets out that rocket launcher. He is going to probably put down another spawn.
Ooh, is that quite... Will they find it? Will he be successful this
If he
time?
gets spot prayed, that spawn is going to be spotted as well. So he needs to be very
He needs to
careful.
get away from it. He just...
And Bags right now is he just needs one more rocket shot to get Paul. He's gonna try and kill the M60. Paul's got the shield. Paul does go down, but Bags goes down as well. And it's getting a little bit... I believe Team A are beginning to set up for Blockbuster, and you can already see the middle platform where Blockbuster will land is actually, I believe, being cut right now by Team A. So let's see what they have in mind. Back to Bradders, who is actually still up on that roof. It's like a new home for him. And we're gonna wait and see.
They
what he
really
has in
should have
mind.
cut that down. That would be so helpful for them defending that base.
So there's Bags still. They got the Bags to spawn. Bags now is surely going to go down. He's got his true grit in effect. You can see his health going up. Gets a nice hit on Paul. And he might
is he gonna
actually
get it?
be able to, but no.
Josh
the
Mesh
numbers
saves
game.
the day again.
Let's look at the scoreboard really quickly. And the scoreboard, I should mention, of course, having a little bit of a design as well. It looks a lot nicer, I have to say.
Very crisp.
And you can see Josh Mesh with the highest kills, as well as Macaraman. Both Nigels doing a great job. And that is
that
a
a pop
very
star?
good pop star portal until it got spot prayed by Mr. Josh Mesh.
Interesting enough, Josh Mesh not poking through to see what was on the other side.
And Bradders is just...
Could be dangerous.
Exactly, and this is the... Oh, hello. Bradders has been spot
Knock,
prayed.
knock.
Oh, man, Bradders just got hit. Oh, my
what
goodness
a
me.
double.
And I have to say, Team A, they know they're that far ahead. They're just going to set up a Blockbuster because that's all they need to do is just set up and secure Blockbuster. And theoretically, in their minds, they're going to use that to go on to the win. Macaraman putting down some tikis. They got bear traps right on the Blockbuster as well.
Of course,
which
at
is
this time,
vicious.
Team 1 can't even spare one person to commit to that Blockbuster. They might go for a sneaky still, but other than Science, they have no one who can really get there in a flash.
That's a very good point, Jono. That's absolutely a great point. The only way they're going to get there is via speed and bounce pads, and that's going to be difficult to set up. I think Team 1 are going to try and do a bit of a steal. We might see Josh maybe do a bridge. He normally does that, but unfortunately, we'll have to wait and see where we go from here. 14 minutes and 10 seconds into this match. We have Blockbuster Light dropping in 45 seconds. Now, it gives you a small shield and a small world damage boost when picked up, and persists for 90 seconds, and even if you die, once you pick it up. But look at this contraption by Team A, I guess is the word for it. They have the most... Look at the Tiki's here, Tiki there.
Fantastic
probably a
setup
Tiki
there.
here. Yep, look at this. It's just brilliant setup by them.
And they've even got a front wall there to hide their activity, protect them from rockets and snipes, and stop someone just jumping on it.
Tarek is now
They are
down.
taking no chances.
And who can blame her? I mean, they've got the most perfect setup here. I mean, I would be astonished if they somehow lose this. You got Paul making his way over. He now has to essentially build a bridge and then blitz.
He needs to get up. He needs to wait though. Oh, can he cut it down? No, he's not got enough time.
Oh my goodness!
If he cut that down, that destroys all of their.
It's connected to the bridge. He can't do that. He needs to blitz stance up. He's gonna do it.
He's going for the steal.
Paul's going for the steal. He's gonna try and get it. Are you kidding me? I don't believe it.
He stole it. He stole the Blockbuster.
Unbelievable!
What a steal.
Are you kidding me? The most perfect setup for Team
Wow.
A. They've given up Blockbuster, and now the game might just turn. Can Team 1
And of course,
utilize?
respawn has gone up to 30 seconds
Great
as well.
point.
Perfect time for a counter-attack. Full credit. What an amazing steal from Paul there.
Oh, Ryson's coming into a dangerous territory. He's got the shield, of course, from Blockbuster. He's going to just try and make his way into the base. He's going to get hit big time. He gets a couple of hits in, but gets absolutely annihilated there by the enemy team. Well played by them. Here comes Cliff Racer playing Yuri the Yeti. As we look on the ominous skull there on the enemy team's base. Very, very awesome to see. But let's see what they have in mind. Cliff
Are we
Racer
going to see an avalanche come down to distract the
Needs to
enemy?
throw down some snow.
He does.
Here it
There it
goes.
goes.
And that's going to allow Tarek to maybe sneak in in the back door.
No,
And start getting a
this-
couple of hits, but he's got
oh.
hit. And unfortunately, he's going to go down. Paul is going to come in as well, but unfortunately does get taken down as well. All Blockbuster time has pretty much come into an end. I think Ryson's going to be the only person who has one more shot at trying to make an impact here. And he's going to use a speed and bounce pad, which is going to get him across quicker. And he might just land on those crates to try and avoid a little bit more fall damage. Of course, he will take some.
See, if Racing could get up high, use his special and just spam the kitty launcher, he could actually do a lot of damage
That's a
with that
great
world damage
point.
boost.
Very great. I mean, of course, with the world damage boost increasing the damage done to that. Ryson is getting currently Ken
Look at
grenaded.
those Uzis.
The heal goes out from Laser. He's not level 10, so last laugh doesn't kick in. Ryson survives just for that reason. There's a health block in here, which is very good, and
Oh,
it
will he
saves
escape?
Ryson with that passive of Kira-chan, giving him health and a shield.
Look at that double heal
Brilliant
there.
stuff, and I believe Shader's making a play for the enemy base here. This is what he's done in
While the
mind.
cat's away, the mice will play.
He's got a free run at this. There's no enemy. There's no.
Look at that
no one
blitz
to deal with
starts
him.
over the top of the
And
defenses.
Shader has got pretty much, and that is a friendly pop star port, I should point out, for his enemy at first, but Shader getting to work here. He's going to try and brick himself under so he can try and get to work. Josh needs to be very careful here because he can get a shot in, but Shader can heal with that active. He just did.
Josh doesn't have much Tiki support
Oh,
either
he
there.
got it. That's got to
Nice.
be it. And that's got Bags coming in as well. Unfortunately, Team 1's defense is nowhere to be seen. Bags is going to secure everything. They've got 2 people on the base. And Team 1's...
Oh, there's a
Tarek, of
respawn.
course. The respawn right there. That's the key critical part. Cliff Racer's
The
spawn
damage.
has turned it around a little bit. Bags goes down to a snowball from Cliff Racer. But look at Shader. Ingeniously bricks himself in a great way. But Shader
The ice
is
pick
going
is coming
to go
in.
down the ice pick kill.
The
from
first
Cliff
ice pick
Racer.
kill on stream. There we have it.
What a respawn. I completely forgot about that. That respawn on defense was the crucial part for them. Well played by Yuri the Yeti, who's known as Cliff Racer. Really well played. And look at, this is evil. He's blocking up the pop star portal, and if anyone wants to use it, they're going to have to go through this little bit of traps.
They're going to
That's
take
well
at
played by
least
Brothers.
50 damage.
That's really well played. What's he got in mind here? Brad is
Is he going to hide behind
He
it?
can't go inside there because Ryson doesn't have a second portal down. So he cannot, unfortunately, do anything yet. However, we should wait and see what comes out of it. If his portal was still up here, Bradders could have came into the enemy base through force. Now, if the enemy team had known that, it could have been a different story. They pull off the arena.
Oh, and he pulls back on.
Brilliant by Paul.
Textbook sweet
Love
science.
It. Absolutely love it. Now we got a bridge right into
Oh,
the
look, here comes the counter attack.
this. Bags jumping onto the leaf blocks to save
Oh,
it.
Bags is in trouble now. Science has got him. Is he going to see another graviton stance, Paul?
Paul, I don't think he
No.
can do that. He can't do
Oh,
that. They need to-
fantastic plays by Sarge. Breaking himself in there to protect himself.
They need to focus on Shader. Shader's the
Oh,
a
snowball to the face.
by Shader. He's got his avalanche, but unfortunately he's going to be on the roof. Shader is getting hit by Tiki heads. He's getting a couple hits in. He is going to go down, but look at this. Bags now underneath the enemy base, putting down some radars. He wants to figure out where the enemy radar is, and has now spotted it, and let's see what he can do here.
Josh Mesh and Science, they smell blood.
Oh man, the radar's down. The respawn's going to get detonated by Yuri. He's going to go face first into
Oh,
that
mine's everywhere.
respawn. There, look at
We're
this.
going to wait for the triple grenade, or has he got enough for triple
This
grenades?
is trouble.
Here comes the grenades. Has he got grenades?
Oh man, he's got 1 kill. Bags has got 2
Oh,
kills.
how did he
True
survive?
grit in the M60, the pure will to live from Sarge Stone.
Never
It
say never.
is
Not
brilliant.
only have we seen the most insane blockbuster still, but we've seen people winning against the odds.
What a match.
There's
this
no
has
way
been.
he should have won that.
And they're double landmines, triple
Now
landmines.
Josh is like, right, if you want a job done.
I don't think Josh is going to want to engage. He can probably shoot the landmines and damage Bags in the process. He does! That was brilliant. That
True
was
Grit's back.
absolutely brilliant by him. And Bags is hurt, and obviously, John just said, True Grit back. He's regenerating health and will generate up to 45 health for the meantime.
And the thing is, while they're looking at Bags underground, they're not looking at the other 4 members of his team.
And Bags is just being an annoying pain in the backside. He's doing a great job of it. And as you mentioned that, Jono, I've got Shader. Oh, Shader made a mistake! I never thought I'd say it. during
And we
this
caught it on
match.
camera. camera.
Unfortunately, that was a huge mistake from Shader, and Bags is still being the annoying pain, and Josh Mesh just takes a landmine and just takes 50 HP. Bags is still going. All of the time and attention
Cliff
is
is
going
coming.
on to him. Yuri is coming. Another landmine goes down. Bags hurts himself, and Yuri is going to try.
He's going to need to use the blower,
use the
surely.
snowblower. He's going to need
He missed the snowball.
He needs to use his snowblower. He should get this. He should. Oh.
There we go. Now, he probably won't get out alive, though.
Goodness me. And
What's
the problem
Brada's
was
gonna
there, and we talked about this at the start. Oh my goodness.
And props to Special as well.
Wow, he used his active as well. So this is where pressure's kicking in, I feel, for some... Oh my... I was going to say, is he putting the respawn there? That's kind
Is he trying to help or hinder his team?
Yeah.
Oh, they're sniping the bridge.
they
That
sniped the
timing.
bridge. Oh!
And he survived.
Nice. Now that's reaction time.
What a match. This is brilliant. I absolutely love this match. I just love these streams because these matches are always just top quality.
Well, like I was saying before, we're seeing heroes in competent hands. They're proving themselves just again and again and again.
You know, I can't wait to see how this announcement will be handled as well once it's unleashed onto the players, because I don't want to say anymore because I'll give it away, but yeah, it's going to be awesome. There's so many ways to play block and load. It's going to be wicked.
Shader has a spawn down on that left tower. He's beginning to make his way over. Blitz stances twice. Gets himself over to the enemy's
And of course,
left side.
Sweet Science is a lot smoother because the momentum changes aren't just applied to running on the ground, they apply to being in the air as well.
Oh.
So, yeah, he's much smoother, much more aerodynamic for a giant Austrian man.
Look at the spawns. Yeah. One spawn here, one spawn over in that tower. The coverage is just fantastic. Bags is in big trouble. Gets a lovely rocket shot. Unfortunately, didn't jump and unfortunately falls. Barada's trying to be very sneaky. There's so many different variants and different ways you can go about this. What's Brada's gonna? He's gonna take his time, but he can't take his time when Josh Mesh.
Well, the thing is, all they have to do is shoot that one leaf, and the whole bridge will collapse.
Oh, the snowballs are coming! Oh,
there you go. There's the snowballs because Yuri using his icy fortress to spam the snowballs.
Absolutely.
That's what he's all about. That's his strength.
Throw the snowballs!
Look at them go.
Brada's just gets a rock there.
No cold callers, said Josh Mesh.
And Shader's going to jump on over. Bags has to make his way over through another way. He doesn't quite have the mobility the Sweet Science does.
Look at that.
Shader right onto the roof. I got to give Team 1 credit. They lost 2 bases very quickly, but they've done a fantastic job.
That's the thing. Anything can happen in block and load. Even when your back's against the wall, you can always turn it around and win.
Shader sticking around to the backside. He's on radar. He's going to go into the base. He's going to get a couple of hits here. He will definitely go down. Uses his heal to give him a little bit more life. Now, he is going to get a couple more hits. The problem with Nigel here is he has this problem where you run out of ammo and you have to reload your guns before you can start hitting them. Yuri has just died to Bags. Now it's Bags versus Josh Mesh. 2 really good friends with each other. And we're about to see what's going to happen here between a Saj and a Nigel. Landmine hit Bags there.
Those
so did the
cheeky heads
oh
stripping his health.
Goodness me. And Makara Man beginning to set up for BB Classic. Now,
will they learn their lesson? This is the question.
We saw the amazing setup in the first BB and somehow they lost it. Will we see
now
the same
this is
again?
if they mess up again this time, the second BP really does ramp up the protection and the damage, and Team A could lose their foothold on the game. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on this, Ben.
Well, the blockbuster, especially, we've seen really flip how a match is going. It's not just the offensive people getting to push the door down, but defensive people to be able to repel attacks, get them out of the stuck, the bad places they find themselves. If they're really pushing their back foot, the blockbuster can really help them smash through and get back onto the winning momentum on their side.
And we can see right here, Bags again, and another, actually just before Bags putting down the respawn, because we're past the 15-minute mark, every kill right now essentially means you'll respawn just before the blockbuster comes in. If anyone dies after in the next 10 seconds,
are we going to start seeing some bomb dropping?
Yeah, we actually haven't seen any. Bags doesn't really have the resources to do it. He can probably drop 1 bomb, but that's it. And look at this, Brada's helping him. Josh.
Now, are we going to see the kitty launcher spam if she can get the special? Snowballs coming up.
Oh my goodness!
Look at that pressure.
Just keep it. He has to.
Honestly, that is no joke, surely.
Oh really? Pick up that health there, if anything. Brad can see the health. Yeah, block it in, get the health. Nicely done.
Yeah, if we see kitten spam here using the secondary fire to just roll them down, that could do a lot of damage.
I've got to go to the middle.
Here we go, spot bust time. Guess who's lurking underneath?
Oh my goodness! Now this is the.
Now
big
we're going to
fight.
see the lava. Oh, they're going for it.
Fine.
Paul's retreated. He's going to be back though.
Oh, Ryson just got taken down by Makara Man. BB Classics in. Paul is the only man who can do
Oh,
He's gone in too
it's
early.
too soon.
He's gone in too early. Surely does go down. Team A have BB Classic for the next 90 seconds, and theoretically that should give them the push they need to go into the victory.
That's a fantastic use of the Eliza Miasma mine there, stopping the health regen, constant pressure. He had no chance.
Absolutely. Well, here we go. Shader, he's been my top player along with Bags of Team A. Both of them have just been absolutely brilliant. I think he kind of was a little bit late on the blitz stance there. Took a little bit more damage than he needed, but he has a heal, of course. Shader's active can come into play. The Tiki heads are going to start going to town. Shader's kind of blocked by the wall. That is some great defending there. Nicely
Body blocking
done.
to stop the
Very
damage on the
good.
cube. However, I think I did see the trail of a kitten launcher there.
Yeah, you did.
Using the
Oh,
damage
great
buff.
kill.
Look at the explosions. Kittens of doom raining from the sky. Fantastic.
man.
And then Tarek, they're using his secondary on the laser to try and hold it back. But fantastic use of the blockbuster, Kira special, and the rainbow trail.
Using the
kitten.
old
Look at
fire.
them rolling
Oh, that's a
around.
perfect
Aren't they
old fire.
cute?
That's going to do some good damage.
Look at that.
There you go. And the damage is going to keep stacking. 60 damage on the
Look
cube
at them
per
go.
hit. I think personally, Kira could probably use the primary fire. Goes right into the base and puts her body on the line. Does go down. Bags should be able to go into the base.
Look at
he
the
gets
health.
the kill,
Nice.
and Bags finishes it with
Fantastic.
the rocket launcher. What a match!
See,
ladies and
Kira showing
gentlemen.
her strength there. Kitty cannon, no fame for kitten, please.
There you go.
Outrageous. So that was game one. After losing their 2 bases quite quickly, they really held out, put on a fantastic display. But in the end, the Blockbuster 2 swung that. Ben, your thoughts on that match, seeing those heroes in action?
It was really
sorry.
good to see.
wrong scenes.
You saw some of the power of Kira-chan's F-ability, being able to do a massive amount of damage in a very short period of time. Would have liked to see maybe Yuri dump a little more snow. There was a few times he was caught out where he was either on the offensive or defensive and finding that he was out of ammo or just not quite set up. Again, this is something that people are learning as they go, and Yuri is particularly vulnerable if you catch him up. Vander, again, I didn't see him use his turrets as much as I thought he would. He was set up in some good locations. There was definitely some good kills and good defense on it, but it's being able to shoot with impunity from various places is something that people will learn and explore, and will find all sorts of interesting things.
Okay, I got a question here in the chat that just literally came up. Will the PTR server get better? So let's go into the technical details somewhat. So the PTR server is not on some massive data center. Essentially, the PTR server is its own little, I guess, home server. Ben, I don't know if you know more about it. Do you want to maybe go into this a little bit?
Yeah, well, I'm not even 100% sure where it's physically located.
Yeah,
But it's a dev server. It is not it's its own environment. It's not part of the big pipes that Jagex use to make sure that everyone's quality of service is exceedingly high and all that stuff. It is truly where we test and we try things out. Like, we wouldn't want 100,000 people hammering on that thing because they would fall over and cry. So we do everything we can to make sure that it is clean, that it is worked well, and it's up. But for the short term, it pretty much stay as it is, and we'll make improvements and try and make sure that everything's...
Shawnee, do you want to make sure as well that we do have anyone else that wants to play in the game as well as just the regulars?
Sorry, just looking at the chat. Yeah, that's fine. Obviously, our lobbies just seem to accelerate when the streams fly, which always makes me happy, because the biggest worry you can have when streaming, of course, is that you host a lobby and unfortunately it doesn't get filled. And yes, that's always a great thing to see. I think we're on Traverse. Traverse is the, I guess I can call it a baby skybridge. It's kind of got the skybridge layout in John, little hand gestures there, of course. The little baby skybridge in that sense. It's another fun arena. We kind of want to stick to the new arenas, but also at the same time, we just thought, why not go new arenas and new heroes and new everything, and just see how it all
You know what, we
plays.
should for the third game go on the Causeway.
Okay, let's do that. You have a deal. Because the Causeway and the new heroes will be fun. Let's do that.
Snow everywhere.
And dev server makes sense. Shawnee always hack. There we go. Yeah, and you know, we really, and I just want to say this right now on behalf of everyone in Block and Load, really, everyone who's put the time in to give us your thoughts, your feedback, and comments, so on throughout the PTR. It's been a real help, and I can definitely tell you some of the stuff you have told us has been either fixed or implemented, and so on. It'll all come together very nicely sooner than later, that's for sure. So it's all coming together quite wonderfully. And we keep reiterating to it, but I just want to point this out, actually, just for some people who are late to the stream. Monday's stream is going to be a very special one. We're doing a Q&A yet again, our second Q&A with Ben, David, Jono on the stream. They're going to be going through, well, some in particular things that'll all come to fruition in the next few days. So we'll expect many questions from you then, but all I keep saying it, but all I'm going to say is Block and Loads is about to change quite significantly. Please fix the slow crouching. That is fixed, and when the next update comes out to PTI, that will be fixed for you.
Yes.
Do not
Crouch
worry.
away.
Crouch away. All right, so we got game 2 ready to go. Let's switch on over to our game camera here, and let's get ready to do this. And we're on Traverse. Let's see if we have any more different heroes. We have a Tony.
Yeah.
Now, what I mentioned earlier on, guys, in the stream and the spectator, the minimap does screw up. I do apologize for that. This is a PTR build. Everything is in progress. So the minimap, unfortunately, a little bit out of position for this game, but it does happen. Unfortunately, I can't really do much about that. But I'm sure we will live for the duration.
On a plus, you now get to see all the action from above in a much more convenient place as a viewer. So there you go, every cloud.
Absolutely. So.
And of course, this is the arena with the golden bricks that caused a stir last time.
Actually, give me one moment. Do you know what I should do here? I apologize for you guys having to see this. Because... Oh, wait, no. Hold on. That was a mistake, wasn't it, Sean? See, Sean tried to make the resolution bigger so you guys could see even more, but you see what Sean did was...
Shawnee got captivated by the gold bricks and went too far.
Oh, I know what I did wrong. I'll fix it. I accidentally made the game full screen windowed instead of full screen, which is the worst thing you can do.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. But let me just try it one more time, guys, because I want you guys to see everything. Full screen. Aha! Yeah, there we go. You should be able to see a lot more of the game now, so to speak. So, and we can see a lot more of it as well. So we are
all in shiny graphics.
Yes.
Obviously, sandbagging in the cube, blocking in the cube once again.
So sandbagging in the cubes, we don't often see sandbags in the cube because they obviously have a half-second time to build compared to the instant build of bricks. It's a bit of an interesting take on it. I'm gonna guess that's Torvalis or Patrick who did that. They're both the attackers. So actually, since I've decided to do that, Block and Load in the past, we were brawn, brain, skill.
Correct.
Now we are attackers, defenders, assassins.
Correct.
Why?
A lot of the people were having some confusion of the terms, and so we decided to kind of streamline and with terminology across the game in many different places.
Oh, yeah.
And giving them terms that were kind of suggestive of gameplay was important for us to attempt. Now, that doesn't mean, of course, you can't play a defender as someone who attacks, or an attacker as someone who defends, and assassins are just good at killing people, and they can do attacking or defending. But it kind of gives, especially newer players, kind of a good idea, and when we drop a new hero on you guys, and we will continue doing so in the future, you can take a quick glance and know, he's an attacker, that means he's probably going to have more hit points, he's going to be someone who's good at kicking down doors, or whatever it is, or a defender will be probably a little bit better at building, a little bit, more support-orientated, depending on some of their abilities. And assassins are, in general, they're good at killing other players. They can take on bases, they can be sneaky, they can be mobile, they can be skill-based, they can be all the things, but in general, they're good at taking down other heroes as their primary focus.
So it looks like we're going to see a big block cut here, taking the roof off their house.
So, sorry, I just want to answer a quick question in the chat. Super Stab says, when are we going to be able to play on the PTR while having to update the game? So I explained this on the Steam forums when someone else asked this question. Basically, the way Steam works is that it's a distribution service. So PTR is a build, Live is also a build. Now, unfortunately, it isn't as simple as just integrating PTR into Live, because PTR is, let's say, build 1111, which it is, all the ones, and Live is build 970. Now, they're not the same build, which means you can't integrate two of the same things. And quite frankly, there's been quite a lot of changes, and it inherently means it deserves its own update. There isn't an easier way, of unfortunately delivering both updates to you. So if you want to go back onto Live, you have to re-download Live, unfortunately. If you want to go back onto PTR, then go on PTR. That's unfortunately the way it works. If we could make it easier, trust me, we would have done that, because it isn't... We got the office internet here, which is obviously helpful for downloading stuff, which is cool. But if you're at a home internet and it's not as good, you don't want to be waiting X amount of time to download it. But unfortunately, the fact is, we just can't do much about that right now. Unfortunately. The question is...
That's all right. So, you know, obviously you have a rough estimate of when we're going to be launching free-to-play. So, you know, it won't be too long till all this cool stuff you see here in the PTR will be out in the world for you to enjoy on our super delicious normal servers.
This question is late, but will we see a return or discontinuing of Apocalypse?
That's an excellent question. So right now we're focusing on the huge amount of changes we have across the board here. And we will be making adjustments to all sorts of things in the future to that mode, the one that you all know and love and play. We will be looking at new modes and new things to the game shortly after launch. Specifics and details I can't comment on right now because David would have me killed. However, matter of fact, him and I had a nice long discussion today about some of the things we'd like to see and do, exactly along those lines. Not just Apocalypse, but other future updates that would include game modes.
There you go, guys. By all means, keep the questions coming. It's not how do I explain it? It's not a proper Q&A in that sense, but if there's any particular questions we know we can answer straight away, then by all means we'll do that just to make it a lot easier for you. But all right, so 45 seconds to go before we get underway here on this on this treacherous arena.
So,
not traverse.
Ben, looking at these team comps, who early on do you have your money on? I know it's hard to say, but
well, it's really down to the players, right?
Hey.
I mean,
Mesh playing Kira is interesting to me.
it is.
no snipes.
Look at this.
No snipes.
But then he can snipe with high velocity kittens.
The high velocity rainbow kitties are mighty dangerous, right? And again, it really depends if he uses his F ability wisely. If you use it wisely, she's just scary.
So what he's doing right here, which is an interesting... So a lot of times I've seen some unique tactics come out. What essentially Josh Mesh has just done here is use his kitty launcher to damage the blocks in a radius, take himself damage, but he can then one-hit blocks. So that way his brick income is very much higher from that. It's a very unique tactic.
Oh wow, immediately a huge fight in no man's
In
land.
the middle right here, and Patrick K.
He's coming for some OP.
Oh,
what an F-bomb.
Is
he going to... Oh, he's not going to... Oh wow, what a dash out there.
He tried. I admire the bravery, but unfortunately wasn't a bit... Yeah,
obviously, Aldahi repping his main there, cogwheel. Look at all those...
And Josh comes into the fight, comes into the old fire with Akira-chan, and he's going to duck
look at
down,
the juke.
reload his rifle,
allowing
nice
some support
coverage.
from Tavalis.
Brilliant coverage from Tavalis.
I'd like
Look at this! Oh, OP just zooms down, and Josh Mesh
goes into the water
as the landing
Nice.
zone, and is now OP.
Look at that, using the smoke to his own advantage.
Oh man, already some epic fights going into play here. So we're going to wait and see where we go from here. That is Savage jumping up onto the enemy side. It's such a huge structure. And we're going to wait and see. Oh,
He's
what
found
a
the respawn
spot of the
instantly.
respawn. And look at this, both will be fighting. Animus gets it right there, right in its tracks. Lovely job there. 1 minute into this game.
Meanwhile,
already,
Patrick
K is getting to work, placing the spawn in the back left of an enemy base. He is not on radar. He's not illuminated by anything, as we can see. So he's pretty much got free run here, right by the enemy's main spawn. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen with that one.
Sometimes it's best to hide things in plain sight, Shawnee.
Yeah, because sometimes the obvious stuff is always the one that you don't expect. Animus going to start making his way up, but Patrick K is still digging around. Looks like we have Josh Mesh making his way into the enemy base right here. Let's see what he has in mind. He's on the enemy's final base. Where is he? He's found something. The crate's obviously hiding something, and it's not hiding anything.
It's a dummy.
So a lot of times we've seen players use crates or just use bricks as a dummy to maybe hide things. And in that situation, it worked nicely. Look how close
Knock,
these two
knock.
are.
He doesn't even know. Straight down with a headshot.
Oh.
Sunny taking no prisoners.
Yeah, there was no chance for him right there. We're going to switch on over to Sandwich on the other side of the arena here. And let's see what he has in mind. He's
Look at those caltrops.
Caltrops everywhere right now. What a rocket by Torvalis.
Nice
Hitting both sides. I know
And in the face.
Hit on OP. Sarge is in big trouble. Dies from his own fall damage. Silly person. Not quite to be there. Torvalis kind of getting to work on the spin bounce pad. Great idea taking them out to stop the enemy's mobility, especially for Cogwheel. Cogwheel can always deal with that. And Aldahi is on radar, but he is putting down a radar of his own, so he wants to find it. Mesh versus Aldahi. Cog versus Kira. They're shredding his own.
Special there.
Look at the
Cogwheel had to
fours.
turn it up and just couldn't do it
The
in
fours
time.
were flying, and to be fair, I don't think you needed to use a radar, because you could have just seen that the radar is inside the sandbag, but
Very nice.
it's all coming together. Cliff Racer gets taken down. Torvalis picks up the health. True grit and health pickup.
It's not enough.
It was going to keep him alive. Not to be right there. Looks like Josh Mesh is using the wall on the right side. Kind of bunny hopping his way along. He is on radar. Is there a radar there? Oh my goodness, there is. Radar on the little ship there. But, oh goodness, that
just
was
dodging
a
that
Nigel.
bullet.
So, that's another thing actually. Readability. Nigel in the past didn't have smoke trails on his gun. Do you want to take us through the process about that really? And like, you know,
Sure.
kind of
Well, he did have a tracer. He's always had a tracer.
Yeah,
but it was
sorry.
quite subtle. And part of
Oh, those
trying to
turrets
balance
doing a fantastic job. Sorry to interrupt.
part of the tracers is to make it so that he can't just shoot with impunity from anywhere. At least he gives his location away. So you kind of have to stick and move. You can't just set up a camp somewhere and well, you can, but you're taking a risk. So it's all about just making readability of where you're dying from is really what it boils down to.
Nice. Got a question.
And it looks badass as well when you fire it.
Got a question from Rubik's Cube. Was Nigel based or roughly based off someone in your office? This sounds very inspired. Well, you can give us the rundown of that one.
Oh God. The origin of Nigel. No. Even though the office here is obviously very English in England, we were looking for a longer range hero. What's that? 1 hit point?
Please.
Gotta be.
Oh man.
So close. We were looking for a long range hero, but we didn't want to have a classic sniper or anything like that because that's not really the type of gameplay that block and load's good for with a manipulatable environment. So we were trying to look for another archetype that'd be interesting, and a big game hunter came up, and we were just talking, and we could really have a lot of fun with how he looks and how he sounds, and you know, the big long rifle, and it just all came together. So again, just looked at late 1800s, big game hunter from Africa, and just went with that and just kind of ran with it, and that's where he came from.
There you go, guys. A little bit of a rundown there. Rombo with Kira-chan, Josh playing Kira-chan in a bit of a fight. What a shot by Sonny.
Nice.
And here comes Savage. The bleed's going to kill Josh. He's going to go down. He has absolutely
Drops
no
the
chance
last-ditch cat.
And unfortunately, nothing comes out of that one. Kira-chan. So we kind of talked about Van der Graaf earlier, and kind of where that came from. Kira-chan, where did the whole emphasis of her come from, in that sense?
Her gameplay?
Just her as a character.
Her?
Yes.
Again, we were looking for someone who was a fast hit and move kind of Sarge alternative with some flair.
Oh, look at that. Offensive turrets going down.
Oh, but see, now Josh has got a shield which he can use to tank the turret if need be. Anyway, sorry Ben, go ahead.
So Sarge with a little bit of flash and style, and that's literally how we described it. And whatever came up was flash and style, and those words kind of stuck. And so we're talking about, again, different interesting archetypes and J-pop stars, K-pop, all that stuff, and flash and style and flash. And it's like, yeah, I bet you we can make something interesting with that. Yeah. So again, just looking for something a little different is really where it came from.
And then I guess the other one is Yuri. Now Yuri is, I guess, just hilarious. Well, there's a C4 dropped actually.
Nice.
Just before we get into that, 2 C4s are definitely going to go up here. Yoda Dream has no chance. He has to back up the rocket coverage as well. That cube has just been absolutely rampage there. My goodness me, that was very well played by them. But yeah, Yuri the Yeti. I think I'm okay in saying this. He's had a couple of name changes
yes.
In that sense. But take us through where did Yuri come from? Because his story is a quite fascinating one, because he's got a bit of a story.
Well, they all, especially the newer heroes, we're getting a little bit more of the story and lore up front again. Because when you come up with a little bit of a story, a little bit of background, their feel comes through, and all of a sudden what their ability should be might make a little more sense. And you have things, you're not just randomly choosing gameplay. There's again, you're trying to tell a whole picture. Yuri, the Russian Yeti, where do these things come from? I don't know. We wanted ice and snow in the game. We wanted to add some more flavor, someone who manipulated the environment, and we were talking about, if we had snow, it'd be cool if we had avalanches and cool stuff like that. Well, how would we do that? And all of a sudden, Yetis, and it just kind of naturally, these discussions wander all over the place, all these clearly. And it just kind of came up, and Russia and the Yeti myth and all that fun stuff, and ISIS, it just kind of all clicked.
Double dynamite drop gone in.
That's going to do a lot of damage. It just kind of all came together, and then we tied a bunch of gameplay around it, and we played with it, and here he is.
And there we go, ball. The dynamite's going to go up right here. Patrick K avoiding that dynamite. Massive damage again on Team 1's cube. It's not been Team 1's day so far. No. Currently, again, rampage right here. And it looks like Sarge can get this kill if he can just hit Josh Mesh a little bit more. But Josh Mesh fighting back with some kitties. Unfortunately, not
unlucky.
To be. Not a chance right there. Savage getting to work on the cube. Gets pulled away wonderfully. But he just zips back in with his smoke bomb and gets to work before getting taken down. Now, here comes Sarge getting to work on that cube as well. Sarge going to get a few more hits. I don't think that cube's going to go just yet. But here comes Aldahi. And that cube is definitely
cube down.
Goodness me. That is just brilliant. Macaraman saying, what about a tiny character that doesn't have to crouch? Be useful in tunnels, I imagine.
Well, we have a nice big long list of heroes that we're looking at in the near future, so And we've talked about everything from really big to really small and everything in between. So don't be too surprised if you see some interesting and slightly different things coming in the near future.
Oh, look at these dynamites going down. This is
C4,
C4.
Dynamite. We got Aldahi. We got
And a
Big
big bomb. We got the whole
jeez.
family there, look.
Done. This is done.
Yeah, that should be just about enough damage as long as they don't die.
Oh, man.
Look at it go.
And unfortunately, Tony came from above and just unfortunately came right into the worst type of situation.
Yeah.
C4's dynamite and
I think the phrase frying pan fire comes to mind. And mortar strike as well.
Mortars as well. Oh,
Oh,
nice
he pulls
ball.
two of them off.
please.
There's enough
The
explosives
mortars
there.
are not going to. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
No. Come on.
Oh,
the
we might
mortars
see them
finish it.
land.
Come on.
No,
it's
just
not
like
gonna
that.
be-
Oh, there they go.
Land, but yeah, that was great. And
Wow.
There we go. Just like that. Game 2 done. We've got many more to come, and just because Jono requested it, let's do Call of Duty.
Yay! I'd love to see how the new heroes respond in a traditional arena.
Yes, so we're going to get the lobby up in just a second. We have quite a nice variation. There's actually someone on the PTR playing on Cogs Brog right now, which is another new arena. I would like somebody with an assault rifle or SMG. Well, I guess you can say Kira somewhat has SMGs.
She has two.
Micro SMGs, I guess. Oh, yeah. So SMGs is Kira. Assault rifle. Who knows? I mean, I guess Saj. It's not an assault rifle, but Saj's M60 is like, you know, it's an LMG, right? Kind of in that variation. I think I asked this on behalf of all Americans that play Block and Load. Will we see a Donald Trump character?
A Donald Trump character. Man. Well, we try to stay apolitical in here.
Yes.
But, I can't actually respond without being offensive, so we'll just let that go for now.
Oh man, well that was only going to go one way, I feel. So Formscape says, in his opinion, the new way of movement is horrible. Now, we can talk a little bit about the whole movement system. Now, in live, essentially, the way it worked was you couldn't sprint strafe, you couldn't sprint in diagonals either. You could only go forward, back, and not left and right. Only forward and back, and that was it.
For sprinting, yeah.
Yes, for sprinting. And obviously we added the velocity into the game as well. I believe, if memory serves me correctly, that has changed since this build. That's changed quite significantly.
From
PTR? Yes.
Yeah. We've made some more adjustments. We've done a lot on deceleration and being able to stick your jumps and all that fun stuff. So that's all in the build, and when the next update gets pushed out, you'll see some of that.
So yeah, the movement system is an ever-changing beast in its own right. I think it's its own little beast in that sense. Talk us through what it was like to try and do that, because I'll admit I was a pain in the backside when looking at that, because there was a lot of things that I really liked about it, but a lot of things obviously that could have changed, etc. But yeah, talk us through the whole movement system.
So the initial movement system that's on live currently is something that we put in. It got the basics down. We were focused on being able to have tight movement to support that, but a lot of the flowing gameplay and fast movement stuff just really wasn't supported as far as features we needed under the hood to make these things feel good. For PTR that's on now, you guys have the first iteration of this huge suite of tools that we now have to make proper feel. And the big part that we wanted to make sure that we had was that sense of flow, that sense of precision, the sense of if you are good at movement, you get rewarded for it. So the first version you guys all saw, we had everything kind of cranked to 11, as it were, just so we could start somewhere and pull it back in if we needed to. And so that's what we've done with the next version is we've tweaked it down a little bit, a little more precise, a little easier to stick your landings, like we're saying, since that was the biggest feedback we've gotten, and we all agree wholeheartedly on that. And we'll put that out there, and when it says live, let us know what you think, and we'll continue to tweak. Nothing's ever finished. We're more than happy to change. We just want to take a look at what you guys think.
I think what people sorry, I should clarify. Sandwich says, I think what people are most uncomfortable with the new movement is because you can't stop as easily. So when jumping, you can't easily stop on landing. That
is exactly
I know
what we addressed.
for a fact is changed.
Yep.
I have experienced this firsthand, and it is way better in that sense. That has definitely changed.
Yes.
So that little issue you have should go away in the next PTR.
Yeah, your parkour skills will return to their former glory.
Yes. Yeah, because I hate flying off the top of the block as much as everybody else because I didn't quite stop quick enough.
Super Sam says, so Tony's glue gun cork gun repairs his turrets fine, but it's kind of pointless in repairing damaged blocks. Is that going to receive some attention in the future?
What the blocks... It depends on the type of block. So we're looking, it obviously its primary is to buff and heal his own turrets, or Vander's turrets, or a health block that's damaged if he can't afford to replace it. It is a cost-effective way to maintain expensive things. Mortar's another one, it's a fantastic one. Cog's best friend is a Tony with a repair gun, basically, the cock gun. So that's its primary purpose. In general, because we made building so fast, especially bricks and even sandbags are relatively quick, it's easy just to harvest and rebuild. Now, sometimes if you're under fire, that's not an option. We could look at it. We could also look at maybe in the future a block that does an AoE repair blocks, or a hero that focuses specifically on fixing bricks. Like that is what they do. We have a lot of options in the future for these types of things, and nothing's off the table. So,
watch this space.
As always. John, anything you want to ask? Well, actually, just before you do, one moment.
Oh, look at all the Yeti.
The Yetis
Double Yeti on Team 1.
Causeway.
I think we're going to see a lot of snow.
3 Yetis, a Vanda, 4 new heroes.
Now, what they want to do is start throwing down their F special now.
Yes.
Start getting as much snow as possible in the building phase.
This is going to be great.
He landed there.
Josh, so that is, honestly, that's one of the toughest things you can do.
That's super precise.
When you hold sprint to climb, you can use it to hand yourself in here. Now, what you need to do is quickly let go of sprint and crouch, and then you'll get yourself into there. A tough thing to do, but you can do it, and Josh Mesh has just shown us firsthand.
That's amazing.
OP. So Base said I want to type out a skin ID in the chat, and he's just typed it. OP as a baseball player, the katana is a baseball bat, and his throwing stars are baseballs, and his tool are 2 foam fingers.
That could be a rival to old school Nigel and his cricket bat.
Two foam fingers attacking the blocks. That'd be awesome. What about a new hero that can repair blocks and upgrade traps and turrets?
Well, that's what we're saying is in the future having a hero that is more support orientated and maybe a little less combat oriented and doing things like that, I think is absolutely open for discussion. Early on, when you have a smaller number of heroes to play with, people kind of have to be a little more all-rounders, but being able to specialize even further is something that we definitely want to encourage, and in the future support in many different ways, and new heroes is definitely one way to do that.
Absolutely.
Alright, look at Shader, double Kitty, he needs to get out of there, and we'll do so. He's going to use the Kitty.
And now he's just going to harvest that.
He's just going to harvest
He's going to hoover it up.
And that is going to work out very nicely for
Or is he saving it for his...
Rubik's Cube, I just replied to you in the Twitch chat. I don't know if you saw that, but I said it's a known issue. The issue with crouching is definitely fixed in the PTR build. In next PTR build, I can tell you that for a fact. So, yeah, just wait.
Interesting thing about the cat launcher, we're seeing an example of blast mining. Now, what he might do, I noticed he didn't harvest them. He could be softening them up for Tony or later on in the game.
Great point. Great point. And that's something that, and sometimes that we even as watching sometimes miss out. And there's little meanings to everything that certain players do, and Bradders is just making himself a home right now. And the best thing about this is...
Why not use ice?
If a Yuri is on snow, he can essentially consistently plant as many snow blocks as he wants to, because the ammo refills
Oh yeah,
fast
that's
enough
why. There we go.
that he doesn't need to worry about it running out. He can consistently keep doing it.
Use your special. Use your special.
Now, if a mortar hits that, we don't have a cogwheel, then that would look great. But, guys, what if Yuri was able to transfer normal blocks into ice blocks? Add this to his special ability or his second weapon.
I can't give away too much, but we do have some concepts for future heroes that manipulate blocks, and I can't say how or where. But changing the environment is something that we think is an important thing to have in a hero, so keep your eyes open. What
are you doing to promote actually killing defenders? Right now, they seemingly respawn too quickly for it to be worth anything. Right, here we go. Respawn timers. So, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. We've been talking about it. That is a fact. Ben has been doing some awesome work along with others into looking into specific numbers, I guess is the right word, in regards to respawn timers. The moment we can tell you everything's going on, be it respawn timers or anything else, we will let you know. But I can tell you for a fact, we have been looking into the respawn timers, because some people do feel that there's consistent Zerg rushing due to the current respawn timers. But I can tell you that we are looking into them right now. There's actually been a little bit of discussion on them today, in fact. So,
yes.
That's
watch
watch
this space. So we do take on your feedback. We do talk about it. And Ben, honestly, is fantastic at actually picking up on these things. And he always wants to know what you, the community, think. Just because he's not there physically posting himself, that's why he's got us. And then we pass it on to him. But of course, if you do want to get Ben's eye, he's normally around on Reddit, on the Block and Load Reddit. But look at this. So we're getting the wall built here. We get some force gates going in.
Base. What a base. This
It
is
looks
really
very
pretty.
pretty. What it needs is a nice row of tiki heads or something in there. But
Googly UI being Googly UI asks the most important questions. Will Yuri ever get yellow snow?
Actually, again, I can't comment, but there's something along that level of maturity and it's something up for Yuri in the near future.
Oh, wow.
nice.
There you go. Wow, there you go then. That it's gonna be great. Oh, man.
Look at that. Look at that. So they've reinforced the snow area. So he's made it too deep,
That's
but reinforced it with sandbags and
Yeah, and
ice.
mixing ice and snow with like that, that's going to be actually a lot harder to destroy.
And of course, obviously, we are looking at team. Are we looking at team 1 at the moment?
We're looking at Team A.
So let's go look at team 1 because they have 2 Yuris.
Yeah, let's do that. So not.
Oh, that doesn't look. No, let's go back. That doesn't look. Look at that.
Right, voice lines. I can tell you that the voice lines are closer than ever to being
Yes.
onto the 3 new heroes.
We've heard them.
They're
Yes.
amazing.
They're hilarious. Oh, Yuri's especially is
I like all of
fantastic.
them.
Oh, yeah, they're all really good.
So-
Obviously, who would not want to listen to a Russian Yeti?
There
though?
we go. As Ben said, he's Russian, and his voice lines fit him to a wonderful team.
Yeah, we don't want to be Russian the Russian voice lines.
Russian.
Really?
It's getting late.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's all coming together.
That's why I
guys.
can't make a pun out of Kira-chan. It's so much harder.
Yeah, I'm going to remember that when we're naming
Yeah.
heroes in the future.
Can Jono make a
Why can we
pun?
screw it all?
All right, 13 seconds to go until chaos begins on the causeway.
Oh, all
And
of a
this is
sudden,
coming
out of
together
nowhere,
now.
the ice wall.
Nice.
So, how much durability is the ice? The same durability as bricks?
They're just slightly less.
slightly less than
So
bricks.
that's one of the things we want to get feedback on from you guys is players.
Oh,
slip and
the
slow-
wall.
slip and
Look at the
slide.
snowball fight.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Total snowball fight.
Constant. He doesn't have to
Yes.
stop to reload.
There we go. So already getting to work. Tarek has already just gone down to Makaraman's grenade.
Vander there, moonwalking on the ice.
Makaraman played a phenomenal Nigel in the first game. He switched on up to
Oh,
Vander
look at that
to
snow.
Vander. Just
dodging around it.
moving around, throwing it.
Look at him. Look at him.
Brilliant.
That's brilliant. Dancing in
Sorry.
the front of danger.
Look at this. It's just
Check
brilliant.
Shimone. Just like-
It is just well. Look at that. Look at Shader using his active up there.
Wow,
with the,
look at the
the
kittens
kitty
coming
launcher.
in.
Avalanche going down for a bit of
Trying
a
to
base
replenish it,
coverage.
yeah.
Look at that, just spamming them from his tower. You got to respect the kittens.
Oh man, and there's Makaraman using. Oh, there's an avalanche from Josh Mesh
There
as
you
well.
go.
No, they're trying to
Really
disrupt it.
throwing a spanner into Makaraman's works there.
But
Oh,
now he can.
Oh,
Oh,
my
where did that
goodness,
come
was a
from?
bomb. Goodness me, that was a bomb. On the
That was the
front
John
wall.
Cena bomb out of nowhere.
Oh man, that's
Look
a
at
Randy
that.
Orton bomb.
But now they have snow on the front line. They can actually be offensive and push through with the Yetis.
Look at this, Greg. Just look at this.
It's brilliant.
Smash throwing snowballs.
Look
on
at that.
Makaraman.
See, now this is utilizing Euro. 2 Yuris, constant pressure. Look at it.
It's just brilliant. Oh, look at
And
this.
snow's
He's lost
gone
his
now,
snow, so he
so
has
he's
to
in trouble.
retreat. And Greg has just been able to free roll.
He does it quite happily.
his snow. Oh, this is honestly, I've never really watched a proper match.
I wonder
with
if the
Yuri.
next, because of course at the minute popular in custom is 5v5 Nigel matches. Are we going to see 5v5 Yuri matches?
Oh,
Yuri.
Yep, all Yuri, all snow.
And look at that, Josh Mesh trying to throw the snow. The turret's just got no chance getting taken down. And he
Oh,
gets
and
hit
zapped
by
in
the
the face.
lightning of Makaraman. And there is Mr. One. What a grenade!
Oh, the
that
grenade's
was.
coming
Another
in
one,
there.
and
Nice
another one.
throws.
Great throws, three consecutive throws.
Showing the
there.
offensive capability of a defensive hero. Fantastic play.
Wow. Whoo-wee.
But then
What
looking
a
at this,
match.
is Yuri kind of like our first, arguably, potentially midfield dedicated player? He's there to control key areas.
He is, and he's going to be very, very good at that, at being able to plonk on a spot and go mine, and he's going to be very, very good for that. So it'll be interesting to see how people take this attacker hero who's good at holding ground.
Exactly.
And there's a radar down by Josh Mesh. You can see a bit of coverage in the middle. Here comes Shader using the J-Pop active. Not to be right there. It does go down. Shader.
Here comes some more snow.
Karaman has been absolutely... He's got the highest kills in the game right now. He is playing a wonderful Van de Graaff. Using those grenades beautifully. He's switching between sprinting and then reloading so he can keep his ammo filled up all the time. You've got to keep moving his Van de Graaff to keep her ammo.
Interesting
supplied.
thing about
He's doing a great
Vander as
job.
well, he has an amazing reload animation.
Yeah, he does.
They are my favourite ones in the game. Actually using the static on his hands to charge it back up.
There we go.
Genius.
And now he's got the... and there we go. You can see...
Look at him strutting his stuff. Look, he loves it.
Oh man, it's just brilliant. There's the reloads. A little bit of a conjuration of electric, I guess is the way of summing it up.
I do hope we get to see his alternate, with his laser hands.
from the
Honestly,
head.
yeah, that looks fantastic.
Makara man just holding his own Bradders. There's a Vanda over there. You can see him making his way over, but we're still over Makara for the moment. Constantly throwing those lightning grenades for the.
Look at the state.
They're
repairing the wall there. That's something that you don't often see. You think, rebuild the wall. You've built it once, you know how it's done. And then that really resets the enemy progress.
There we go, and we're going to wait and see where we go from here. Paul's going to try and fight Van der Graaf. He should win this up close, and does. Absolutely walks through Vander right there. Very well played. And there you can see Greg trying to rebuild somewhat of the ice wall. Tarek gets
throwing
hit.
his snowballs. Is Makara man going to go down?
Oh, so close. Not to be right there. Tarek still underneath. And he is being a pet.
He's using the kitten launcher.
If they chase that, because the kittens do not show up on radar, so you can use them to catch out an enemy and kind of surprise
Look
him.
at that.
A double kill. 2 for 1 with the catty launcher. Shader going to work right there and still hitting wonderful shots. Switches on over to his Uzi, to his Midarian. Migi, can he finish it? And does.
Look at that. And the Vander bubble. Look at the ice go everywhere as well.
The Hidarian Migi Uzis coming into play right there. And you can see Laser flies into the base. Brian is trying to cover himself up with some crates. Here comes the Avalanche as well on the base. It is chaos.
Look at that.
It's brilliant.
And of course, the Avalanche really throwing off the defenders, stopping them countering. It's fantastic. Shader's on a rampage now, switching back to the kitty launcher. Will he reload it? J-Pop has gone down, however, he's ready to fire his next round. There's nothing on this cube.
What's he? Oh,
wow. Calculated.
Impressive.
There's a radar.
There's the radar right there. Shader.
Oh, no!
What in the world?
No.
What?
How has he not spotted that
He
radar?
hasn't spotted the most
After
important
those epic
thing.
plays.
But Shader, we're going to stay on board with Shader because he's on an adventure right now somewhere. He's sticking low. He's trying to get out of radar range. Tarek knows he's there. And Shader.
Oh, Tarek smells something.
Shader trying to make his way up. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Good catch. Tarek hits him once, hits him twice, and there he goes. Out of there. And here comes Bradders. It's just, it's Greg with his snowballs. The Avalanche comes in from Bradders. And look at Greg just
Look at the snowball
away.
fighting each other. Point blank snowballs.
And Bradders should, in a second, go down. But he's staying alive. The snow is giving him that little bit of health that all that matters right now.
Oh.
He does go down to the lightning grenades of Van der Graaf. Paul makes his way into the base. And let's see what he's going to do. Fire trap down. Very interesting tactic. Heal by laser. Paul getting snowballed. And down he goes to a headshot by the snowball. Josh Mesh has a spawn here on the enemy side of the base. Very conveniently placed by him.
Look at this underground labyrinth they've got now.
Kitty, Popstar Paul is a... Josh is just gonna let him
him
run.
Yeah, let it. Yeah, see, don't give it.
Oh
Oh
my
god! Wow, he is the sneakiest of the beakiest.
No way.
Josh Mesh, master of espionage.
And Mesh trying to now he can use Yuri's snow that he's put down to get himself a little
Exactly,
bit
you
of health.
can use the other team's snow and ice.
True.
And of course, you know, I've never really seen someone use a 7-foot giant white yeti to sneak in like a ninja.
Snowball!
Look at the quick ice there. The snowball.
Oh,
they
They
trade.
killed each other. Greg and Bradders killed each other. And Paul makes his way onto the base right now. He's got a bit of a leeway, so to speak.
The Vander bubble. He's not getting out of there alive.
But
Look at him. He stayed inside.
That's all he needs to do. And the team now need to strike back, and Lasers need to start hitting him. Now behind them is Shader as Kira-chan. In he comes.
Oh, he's using his secondary.
He's got his.
Wow,
he's got his
Elias
active.
is surviving so well.
Ow!
Here's the kitten launcher.
The active's in effect,
Oh,
so Shader
she's
needs
gonna
to
be
go to
spamming
town on Eliza, and Eliza's still alive,
Oh, the jukes.
Still alive, the health block underneath there, keeping Eliza alive for the moment, and somehow Eliza might turn this around here with unbelievable.
Incredible.
Wowie, and Brad is taking out the Teslas, very smart by him, and Brad is now gonna try and make the move for that base. Let's see what he can do. He'll be by a laser.
Slamming a snowball into her face at
look
point
at
blank.
this by Yuri!
Yuri-
A double kill. Oh,
See,
but
now
he died
this
of gas.
this is where you see the strength of Yuri. The snow, as Ben has said, all about that environment for him.
Oh, look at this. He's, oh man.
These kittens.
The kittens are very...
Oh, obviously, fantastic
Oh,
work. Fantastic
okay.
work by Cairo there, obviously. Cairo using his cork gun to keep the turrets alive.
And Tarek still staying alive right there. He's going to jump around. Josh Mesh is in a bit of a fight. Wins the fight with a snowball against Eliza.
Look at him strutting out, look. Swag.
Now, we should point out, Yuri has an ult in the fire on that snowball, which is absolutely deadly, but you have to hit it. And here we go, the fire from the head
no snow.
of Vanda. And Josh has absolutely no way of getting health. He had no snow down. Unfortunately, Josh does go down. What great defense with this Tony, I have to say. Tony's been on point with that. Just look at that base.
The bases hardly took a scratch. Those turrets really well placed. Different levels, so they can cover angles. You can't just run around and get them or EMP them.
And the active in effect here from Kira Chan.
Look at all those kitties.
Vanda's in big trouble. Vanda down. Here, health pickup and a shield and additional health from her passive. That is going to make her a formidable opponent for the meantime. Shader backs up and Laser is just going to start scattering some Ken grenades for a little bit of damage over time. Radius, but look at that Cassie launcher going to work. Laser trying to exchange, trying to fight. And that health block is still the key. Look at this, but it doesn't matter. He's got the kill and Shader now has a free run at the base.
Look at that.
Vanda.
That sustain from the passive.
Man.
Vanda's had enough. He's like, yep, see you later.
Now, you can't really fight against Kira, who's getting health and a shield.
Oh, he's
buff.
up high. He's going to be looking for a response.
And here comes Bradders as well. There's a number advantage for Team A who are on the base. Team 1 have not had a good day. And unfortunately, Vanda has just walked into absolute
His
death.
own dying breath, giving Kira the ability to walk through the shield using her own.
There we go. So, Shader still on the base. Greg gonna try and bring up that snow thrower. And now Greg's in big trouble. Shader is still killing everybody in his sight.
There you go.
And still continuing to do so. Laser's in big trouble. Shader's sustained right now. Akira Chan's on point. Now he just needs to keep calm with his
Vanda's
accuracy.
come to support.
2v1. He should theoretically go down.
Look at
here.
him go.
He's gonna get
He's got the shield. He's got the
kill.
passive.
He keeps going.
This is what Kira's good at. Getting
Man.
behind enemy lines, taking out your squishies.
This is ridiculous. And here comes the avalanche by Greg. He's putting everything he can into it. And Shader's going to get
another
one.
kill. That's
This
the
is
thing. Once
ridiculous.
Kira's on a roll, she don't stop.
Oh man. Shader's still going. Greg scooting around. Shader drops behind him and is making them run around.
It's back. The
Shader's
Yakin's
active
back.
is up. And Greg goes down again. And Shader is just an absolute monster.
Oh my god, another kill. So, Ben, this must be the Kira you imagined.
That's
God.
Even for the sustained snowball I was expecting. That's just amazing play. Just amazing play.
What they need to do, they're going at her one at a time, sometimes two, but then it's too late because one's already dead. But I mean, you must be chuffed to see your Kira Chan mechanics working as you envisaged.
Well, this is it. Again, seeing it in some skilled hands of what she can do, and just knowing when to fight, knowing when to hit the F, knowing when to take
well, the thing is, we saw him retreat, come back when the enemy, been softened up again, and his rampage continued.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with a tactical withdrawal to fight another day.
Absolutely not.
I mean, Shade is monstrous.
Oh, it's just amazing.
Shader says hello to Vanda, gets to work with Hidari and Migi, and just unfortunately, Wang goes down to a team kill there at the landmine.
And taken out.
Does finally go down.
Shader, they're pushing for the title of Uber at close range. What with Josh Mesh having it at long range, going to see some epic plays.
It's amazing.
Oh man.
That was very nice.
I tell you what, I think we got an amazing highlight right there if we want to pull that one, because that was insane.
It was above average. Yeah.
Above average. And Paul is going to try and sneak down a big bomb here. Last bomb is down. Paul is trying
Can he juke long enough? He jumps on the landmine. Not the best thing for your health.
He should just put his body on the line and try and
essentially use his
die
passive
on the bomb. But you know what?
He's
done it enough that that's not going to be defused. That's going to hit the base for even more damage here. Man, oh man. That's some great damage to the base right there. And Shader has got another free run. And we've seen what Shader's already capable of. Let's see what he's going to do here as Kira Chan is already doing.
Found that health.
Just find, about time.
Now they're going to have a lot harder time.
Oh, it's 3v1. No way. He
needs to focus on the squishy.
He's got his active, so he can get to work.
Oh no, brilliant jukes from Yuri.
No.
Yuri's jukes there were fantastic. Slowing her down, keep him going around in circles, making it as difficult as possible.
Absolutely. It's just every match.
Of course, I think it was the fact that she decided to focus Yuri, which was the downfall. Should have gone for a squishier character first.
Yep, absolutely.
Look at the animation. Look at that. It's just brilliant. Oh, look, hello, Vanda. Oh man, Vanda in his strutting style, just scooted around here, around the
He's like, my base is perfect. I don't know about yours.
go back on board with Shader, who's in the enemy base right there. And as 3 kills have been secured, 2 by Paul, 1 by Shader. Snow goes everywhere there, as we just saw. Shader ripping away here on Van der Graaf as Kira reloads his Adarian Biggie, pulls out his Catty Launcher. And look at this! Tony now getting involved
He
in
wants
the
a piece of the action. He's like, I've defended the
Gun,
base well.
Gun, please Colt gun this. He's going to pull out his Rivet Gun instead, and just Tara goes to work.
Look at
the
that.
Tara's going to get a double.
Is he going to survive?
Triple.
A triple. See,
triple. We'll call
as
it a
Ben
triple.
said, defenders don't have to stay in the base.
Yeah.
My goodness. And that.
He'll be happy with that, because
It's
that's
game over.
definitely secured the win.
That offensive Tony won that right there. That closed that door right there.
Brilliant stuff. And we'll wait for
Well
the scoreboard to catch up. There you go.
Wow, let's have a look.
Shader, man. Just brilliant Shader. It really was.
I think about 10 of those kills came from a space of 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And even then his KD wasn't even that
So-
well, but it was just the momentum he gathered.
That was a fantastic way of showcasing the heroes. We kind of put them in an enclosed, contained arena. Ben, what do you think of those Yuri and Kira plays?
Clearly, people are starting to understand how to play them, what works best, some good approaches. Again, like you were saying before, he was sticking and moving. He was falling back when he needed to. He was using the environment to avoid just a couple of hits that might have made all the difference just a few seconds later. And once you start getting that steamroll of the thrill kill going off when she gets a kill, a little bit of health, a little bit of shield, it's enough to really keep that pressure on. And just as long as you choose your targets right, you're going to
Exactly.
do well.
I mean, the snowball spam was hilarious to see, and then
Start again.
Kira showing you how to play her.
Yeah.
You know, using distractions, constantly moving, using her passive and her healing. Fantastic to see. And you know, as we're focusing on the heroes, you know, we're gonna have this big pool of heroes upon launch, and there's gonna be so many combinations, so many variations, and then in the future we see more heroes down the line.
Absolutely.
This is now kind of block and load. You know, it's this flower is starting to bloom. You know, and this is what's so exciting. All of the variations, and then of course more interesting things coming in the next couple of weeks. So yeah. Absolutely. So cool.
Well, the game played so different with that first 6. Then we added the next 3 heroes, and that again changed the dynamic completely.
We had Dream Genie.
When you added Genie and we added Sweet Science and just the feel of those, just a few different heroes into the mix, and we've done that again, and we'll continue to do so. And it just all of a sudden these combinations and these tactics and how it feels and what you can do is just continues to keep growing.
Absolutely. So this could be the last match. If it isn't, we are doing it on an awesome one. We're doing Martin Express, our very staple arena. Ben should be a little bit louder now. It's ironic that we're still having to bump up Ben and the microphone volume. It's a bit of a throwback to last Thursday's stream, so he should be a bit louder in that sense. So hopefully, just double check with our host what's going on. Why don't I host? Do you have works relation trial? What kind of question is that, Mr. P? Oh dear. If somebody who did not play wants my slot, let me know. Oh, that's very, very kind of you, Mr. Miko. Okay, I think I know why Josh is kicking someone is because you've got a. Let me just clear this out of the way. The only reason you're ever gonna get kicked from a lobby is one, you're gonna have a name that shouldn't really be there. So I think you know who that is, who I'm referring to. So I'm not gonna let you join our lobbies with the name you have, and it's not an impersonating name. It's rather an offensive one that we're gonna fix tomorrow. So that shouldn't be there. So that's probably why you're not gonna be able to play.
Peggy 12.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But yeah, as I mentioned, to keep reminding you guys, next Monday, Q&A stream. The whole gang's going to be here, so to speak, apart from Ben, who's going to be on virtual camera, hopefully
Yes.
with a better microphone. Sorry, not better. Apologies. That makes it sound really bad on you.
Shots fired.
With a better production person, me, who can make his better audio better a lot quicker. Apologies, Ben. It should be good fun. But it'll all come together come Monday, and you'll have a ton of questions. I bet you. When that happens. So, will we see... Okay, here's a good question from Blocking Heads. Will we see changes to the tutorial to introduce players to the game better?
Short answer is yes. We are always looking at ways, especially for the new players that come in, to better understand just the basics of block and load. And that's everything from new maps that new players will get accustomed to and get to play when they first start playing, to looking at things like the tutorial, like tutorial videos. We're going to keep updating as we add new things, and things change. Obviously, the many different features of the game have changed since we made those videos. So we make everyone from our movie people to our localization people crazy because we keep improving and changing things. So I don't foresee that stopping anytime in the near future.
There you go. Will there be tutorials for each character, says Camille?
Well, we have movies for each of the heroes that give you a nice overview of what they are, what they do, what they're good at, how they can work with a team, and then also a little bit of gameplay experience in a match, showing them actually in play. And we'll continue making those for all the new heroes, especially since we're in a bigger range of some easier heroes and also some more complex ones. We're going to make sure that when you pick them up, that you have a good idea of what you're getting into.
Exactly.
All right, there you go. So players currently in the lobby will go, going into spectating just a couple of, well, actually, as I say that, it is time to roll as we get ready to go
Block and
into
load.
game 4. Now, we're in this screen. I just want to clarify, we're in the screen because not everybody's loaded in, and as I say that, everyone is in. Away we go.
Having said
we
that,
have a, sorry, John, I just wanted to point out, we have a Yuri on Mountain Express, which excites me quite a lot.
how good does that lava look?
Here we go.
No, that's some lavery lava. No messing around.
Let's just go above so you can kind of see the there we go, the little trails.
It pulses,
of lava.
look.
Look at that. The little pulse of lava.
The waves even,
The
sorry.
waves. Yeah, but already, Mountain Express, I mean...
Josh Mesh going Sarge.
Josh is, honestly, Josh is Sarge.
Is this the Josh Mesh
Scary.
variety stream with his heroes?
It is.
But any hero is amazing in his hands.
I do want to point out, one of my honest things about Block and Load is you can play a tutorial. If you watch these type of matches, I think you learn a lot more just from watching. Like the amount of
Exactly.
stuff I've learned from watching players on the Thursday Throwdown streams and the stuff they bring to the table is honestly, I love Block and Load when it's played at such a high level because the variety and the quality really shines out, and we've seen it in these games. It's just been
Seeing some of the cool mechanics, cool moves and cuts. I mean, I remember back when we were doing the beta and you learned to play Eliza by watching me, and it's great to see us now all learning from watching pro players.
Was that directed towards me?
Quite possibly.
Oh, okay, I'm not even going to respond to that callous remark, my friend.
But yeah, no, I mean...
That threw me off so much!
But I mentioned the Eliza word and Shawnee's mind goes.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, if anything, I mean, what I would have learned from that last game is you utilizing Yuri's ice and snow, and then Kira's rampage using her passive. Don't be afraid to, stick in the fight if you think you're going to get the kill, because you can just keep going and going and going.
I won't be able to see it because he's moving so fast. I love how his gloves say Yeti on them. I can't really show it because Brad is naturally, in your build phase, you shouldn't ever be standing around and keeping still. Brad is doing a good job of that, almost swinging the axe at the camera.
Oh, he's bringing in some snow.
Interesting. He's making like a little mini fort.
Oh, yeah, and look how it's fell. He's even got a little bit he can
That's
nestle into straight away.
Well played. I approve of that. There we go. It says Yeti. You saw it for a split
So
second.
let's say what we're seeing people do with the Yeti is use the snow and then encasing it in ice, obviously making it cheaper and giving it a reinforced wall.
So I actually have a question, Ben. So the PTR, we have these specific things we're looking for feedback on. What's the best way for our players? What's the best kind of feedback players can give us to make it a lot better in the future in regards to the PTR, so on?
For Hero specifically?
Hero specifically, or anything else as well?
Sandbagging in the ice.
It's always a mix of types of feedback we're looking for. So it's everything from personal subjective stuff, like I like this is fun because of X or because of Y. It's not fun because of X or Y, all the way down to specifics and balance things. Like, you know what, the damage seems to be really high on this particular weapon, if as detailed or even as general or as broad as you like. We take it and we read it all, and we on aggregate figure out where trends are. We match it up with the data that we're getting from the game itself, as well as things that we're seeing in streams like this. We're seeing some things that might be a little bit powerful, a little bit weak, a little bit whatever, or not readable, and we make adjustments. So there's honestly very little poor feedback you can give, other than weird non-specific things. The more specific, the better, basically.
I have to say this is really impressive watching what they're doing, because I wouldn't have thought to do that. When I've been playing and testing Yuri, I just put down ice and I'm like, this will do. But obviously by boxing it in kind of like a frozen swimming pool, and that kind of makes him like a living turret. Constant, unsatiable.
Well, and don't forget
snowball.
that ice that's there, the Yetis are immune to it. They don't slide around.
Yeah.
Everyone else, so someone tries to jump in there and cause trouble, they just have yet another damage.
Bags, unfortunately.
Including friendlies.
Yes.
So that's Yeti Mountain right
Yeah,
there.
imagine, well, I mentioned earlier, Vander and Tony being a good combo. Yuri and Tony as well.
Yes, very much so. So surrounding your turrets with ice, making it that much harder for someone to try and rush them. There's a lot of little combinations you can do with that, and just with a little bit of prep in the build phase can really make a base from something that kind of protects it to a formidable thing that they're going to have to crack.
Absolutely. Going back to the whole feedback thing, is there any examples you can give that maybe a community member has posted, etc., of feedback that you have seen to be very useful for you, just so the players kind of have an idea? I mean, tough question, I know.
Well, I read hundreds of these messages, so everything from talking about respawn times and blockbuster boosts to weapon damages to spreads to this block isn't used very much anymore. How come? To I look at this guy. Look, here's a screenshot or a video of an abuse that someone's doing or a bug that we found. Like it's a huge wide range of types of feedback, and all of it is very useful. Just because again, a game this complex as far as how many moving parts. The more people playing, the more people looking, the more people just playing around is going to help us make a better game, and posting your feedback and what you discover is a huge part of that.
All right, and
well, it looks like Yeti Corner. And up there as well.
That's
cool.
Risky. I have to say, that is cool. That is also, in my opinion, very risky.
Well, what do they have on the other side? Is it just a single layer?
I believe
it is a single layer. Yeah, that's
they
pretty.
got sandbags there, but I mean,
sandbag that floor maybe. But the thing is, from up there, they can snowball unlimited and really cover that base.
They don't have any Yuris on their team, of course, do Team 1. Team 1 have yet to win a match today. That's not to say it's team versus team, but just going off the what has happened. I'm uploading the video of the last game, as in the game you just played in, Miko. When you played
straight on it. Miko is not messing around.
That's what we'll be sure to.
Because we did tweet out one of Miko's videos earlier as well today.
Awesome.
We love community content, and I'll be talking a little bit about that after the game. But yeah, we love to see, so just shout it out. And if it's got commentary and the visual quality is good and it's not full of swearing, we can and will share it. But unfortunately, if it looks like it's recorded on a potato or full of foul language, we can't physically put it out. Purely because we like to be as welcoming and as encompassing as possible, which obviously means that we can't put out naughty, sweary content, and also, we don't want people to think the game is played on a Macintosh. So, yeah. Macintosh is in the oldie school.
Yes.
Oh, man. And there goes a couple of old fire kittens. That's going to do a bit of damage there.
Josh Mesh has lost every game so far. This is not very Josh Mesh.
That's a very good point, Paul. That's a very good. So don't choose Team Josh Mesh. Nice shot by Josh. Sarge. Oh, too far. That's unfortunately accidentally Ron stepping himself into death. Animus playing Eliza, as you can see, has a fire trap down on that little tower here. And like you said, Jono, this scene is very familiar to a different arena we saw earlier.
Yes, Stone Temple.
There we go. So it's nice to see it into play. Brad is going down to Aldi. Aldi playing Vander, now obviously known as a cogwheel player. A bit of a change up for him.
Yeah, I mean, but, not being a tank must be a shock to the system.
Exactly.
I didn't mean that pun, but I just realised what I said. It was unintentional. What's happening?
So Animus making his way to the top of the tower. He has free reign here over the enemy base with chem grenades and glow guns galore. And he's also supplying himself as well, which is very good. Sunny has no idea he's up there. Sunny playing Nigel, as you can see over there. But Animus right now has a pretty good run here on the enemy base. Look, I just realized the speed pads are everywhere right now.
Wow.
And Kitten, unfortunately, Laser going down to...
I think we might see some... Look at those caltrops. Do not want to fall on those. Wow.
There is quite a lot. Animus getting to work. Just right mouse dropping those grenades so they just casually fall onto the ground.
That's going to be some horrible pressure.
That's going to cause a bit of pressure. That's very good.
Killer Kitten going there, getting rid of that snow, making Abe having to replace some snow before he can really be a threat to the base, which is very, very smart of them to get rid of that.
Yeah, it makes it a little more difficult for Yuri. Obviously, Yuri's...
Abe being the code name for Yuri before he was fully fledged.
Sorry. Habits.
Just bend things.
Yeah, just bend things. I'll just name everything by the old names and crazy.
Codename Abe.
Codename Abe for the abominable snowman.
They'll defuse that. Just. I should.
Wow.
That was risky.
But they got it. Josh Mesh underneath the enemy base. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, Torvald's doing the same thing. Both Sarges there, you can see opposite each other doing the exact same thing. And you can see a Vandergraaf there. That's Bags. Hasn't quite
He's
spotted
like-
that there is a Sag.
I think Josh Mesh stopped digging so that he'd stop giving away audio clues.
Is that the Canadian Ben? Says
It is
Matt
the
Bennett.
one and only Canadian Ben.
enough.
It is indeed the one and only. And Josh Mesh is on radar right now. He's going to hit a landmine, jumps over.
Oh,
the
there's
wall,
one
and
left.
gets
Will
hit
he
by the
find
other.
it?
He's going to look for the radar.
It's a. Oh, I thought it was a dummy for a second.
I don't think. Does he? He's got it. He has got the radar. Very smart.
Full credit to the way they used the sandbag placement there. Not putting it where you'd
landmine is
expect.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, now here's a fire.
Oh, Bags wants blood.
Bags is Vander, sorry, and Josh is Sag.
He needs to avoid that. Oh, the
Rocket
Duke.
launch is going to hurt. Bags needs to try.
True
and
Grit's
grenades.
kicked in.
Oh,
Johnny.
the
Oh, what a
active!
cat.
The active is
Right on the
brilliant.
corner.
Oh man!
Obviously, once you get used to him and you get good, you can use that offensive. You'll know the distance. You can drop it straight on them for maximum DPS.
There we go. Yola Dream trying to make his way in as Kira Chen using his active, so he's going to try and fire as many kittens as he can. Good idea.
Oh,
Gets
snowball!
headshot by a
Was that the
snowball.
secondary snowball? Because I only saw one come out.
I have no idea. Unfortunately, he had a little bit of health, so there's not really a way to distinguish that just for the moment. Bradder's just going to resurface that base. He kind of needs to, of course. It did just get whacked by those
Upgrading to sandbags.
They're going to get a bit more durability here with the sandbags. Josh Mesh's spawns coming into play because
Obviously, we might see a lot more sandbag usage with Yuri purely because he has snow and he has ice as standard. And obviously, you know, ice is very close to durability, so he can actually invest in sandbags.
Oh man, this is going to
It's gonna be a
cause
hole.
a bit of a bit of a hole. Oh my goodness, free
What
kills.
the hell?
Animus
That kill
dies.
feed takes
Animus
two
kills
with him.
himself and takes Aldi and Kitten with him. An open wall.
I think the phrase here is worth.
And an open wall on the right side of the enemy's base, as you can see. If they have enough, if they're fast enough, they can get in. Now, what's Laser doing? He's on the enemy base right here, and he's going to work finding enemy radars.
Planning
This
for
is
the
very
future.
good. Very, very good by him. And it looks like Torvalis is set up on the enemy base. Did get hit by a Tiki head, as you can see. He's under the slow effect. And
on radar.
And indeed on radar because of the Tiki head effect. The speed pads are just gonna be in the, not even in the way. Torvalis jumps on over to the little roof.
Oh,
Nice
the
hit.
laser!
Nice
Or
hit there by
electric
Aldi.
even.
Needs to keep him under pressure.
The
Tries to get
grenades coming up there, taking out the cover.
I mean, he could jump up and maybe activate his active, and the cage might hit him, but that's a bit risky.
So that's a good use of mechanics from Aldi. He seems like he's been practicing with Vander a small amount.
Oh,
Yeah. There's definitely some tighter play with Vander, and he can be really, really dangerous if you take it just a
Yeah,
little bit of time.
people don't always respect the damage he can put out purely because he is a defensive hero.
run, Yuri! Ice! He's put. Oh, he got killed by the lightning cage.
Look
of
at that
Aldi.
placement, fantastic.
Very nice. So that also enabled Animus to get hit by the Tiki head as well, so he just didn't stand a chance. And look at this. They have a Sarge. They have Kira Chan's active. Kira Chan is about to rock that base if she can keep firing right now. And Torvalis is going to try and keep Kira Chan away, but Kira Chan goes right in. He's going to get killed by the katana, but that damage is going to add up. Nicely done there by Team 1. Very, very well played. Now Laser on the run. Bridge got taken out there, as you just saw. There is Kitten looking about, and immediately Laser right into the base drops his active bomb.
Oh, wow!
I don't know if that was a spectator visual. I think he defused it, but
Yeah,
it must have
well,
been
he was
like
stood
this
on
much.
it, so yeah.
Oh man, that's an interesting one. Laser makes his way into the base. Fire Trap does catch him. Laser's back for round 2. Gets Tiki headed and down. That's Aldahi using his alternate fire and got a kill right there. Well played. And let's see what Torvalis has in mind. And Saj. Just never a dull moment in these matches. It's just consistent. Sunny trying to brick up. He takes a rocket. He takes another rocket.
He's going to give him...
Oh, he gets away by the skin of his teeth. But Torvalis
Sarge
not
wants
giving up.
more. He's not ready to let him go.
And look at this. Aldahi with the ult fire.
Oh,
and gets
that
a
ult
fire
fire
trap kill
tears
as well.
people up.
Nicely done. Bradders snowballing away. Fight up the top here. This is Laser
Meanwhile,
going down. The health falls, and Josh is going to take a little bit of fall damage, but that is completely worth it. He will get himself a lot of health out of this. Let's see what Bradders has in mind up here. Oh boy. There we go. Throw. Start throwing. Come on. I can't see it. Come on, Bradders. You can do this, I believe. Yes. Snowball.
Here it comes.
There's the snowball rampage. He's trying to hit Mesh. He got, I think, maybe one hit, maybe another, but he will. He played his part, I guess. But he's got his own little home up here. Home from home.
There's no
for
place
Bradders.
like home, Shawnee.
Oh my goodness, this man. Bradders drops an avalanche as he's falling. I guess he wanted to use the avalanche to catch his fall. Interesting tactic, I have to say. As Kitten getting rocked there by the rocket launcher. Oh, what a shot by Torvalis. He should get it and does. I'm not sure what. I think Kitten just wanted to separate the bridge, and it would make sense because it kind of opens it up. They have mobility, whereas Team A do not. Only Laser has that mobility. Where do we go from here? Torvalis has a radar. Look at what that radar has just revealed of the enemy
Wow,
base.
everything's just lit up like a Christmas tree.
And there you go. And the radar is going to try and be found by Sunny. He's found it. He's destroyed it. Torvalis, though, I just want to point this out. Torvalis destroyed his own radar. He saves himself 100 bricks from doing that. That is such a brilliant tactic.
Bit of scorched earth play there.
And that is well played. The F-bomb there getting out of here. That's Torvalis still inside, takes a sniper shot and takes another one down. He goes. There's just not a dull moment in these matches. Kitten, on he goes through the middle of the base here. And let's see what he can do. But Laser on the way. OP versus OP. And Kitten does go down in the process. Bradders is still... There's his old fire
There we go.
snowball.
Look at that go across. Look at that.
Oh,
now, of
he
course,
went in between.
it outranges the standard snowball. Snowballs do have a hard range limit, but looks like the secondary one has a bit more distance. Ben, can you clarify that a bit more?
Yeah. His alt fire snowball does more damage the more you charge it, and in fact does have a longer range.
Look at that flying across. Does it have AoE damage, or is it purely?
Sorry.
Just pure hit.
Oh, he did hit Kitten for
Oh,
60.
the ice counter and the bleed
so
there.
Close. Unlucky. The bleed was enough for OP to secure that kill, and now he begins his route underneath the enemy base. And let's see what he has in mind. There is a Liza.
Meanwhile, Laser's like,
lost
no.
the bomb. Easy kill for him. Nicely done. Josh Mesh has his own little home from there. And Bradders,
look at him strutting along.
Dun, 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 dun. It's just glorious. Bradders on the run here, and he's just going to start getting a bit more ice and snow. And that is a grenade from Vander up top. Is he going for Josh up there? Josh is on top of the enemy's
He's
tower.
just farming some resources.
And he does need them. He's only down to 2,000 bricks, so the more the merrier. And of course, for every kill that his team gets, he gets 50. So as long as they can keep it... And of course, it's even more if Nigel gets the kill. Oh, Big Bomb just got a kill on Nigel. That was Laser. I'm just going to go forward and see
the front
what
wall is
that did.
Look at
and
that.
It's destroyed health and ammo crates. There's the drops. They have a pretty good run into the base, and Laser's going to start to make his move. There's
Tiki Head's doing their thing.
And he just drops the bomb, and they didn't defuse it. So one of them, I guess, decided they were going to defuse it and got confused, and they didn't quite defuse it there. Looks like Josh Mesh is in a fight against Vandergraaf as Bags. He should win this if he can reload his rocket launcher, and does. Secures the kill. Nicely done.
The Spinneroony there, winning the day.
And Josh, there's a Tesla up there. Is he going to destroy the... He's just going to go for the enemy base. And that's all he needs to do. Barrage it. Barrage and barrage. Josh goes into the enemy base. Look how close the two teams
Using
are.
look, building a quick wall to stop the snowball. Fantastic play by Josh.
Josh has got a free run into space. It's gonna be tough for Yuri to do some damage here. But look at Bags. There's grenades still doing damage because it penetrates through the wall. And he should, theoretically,
Josh Mesh has had enough now.
And down he goes. And now that is some great defense. And both teams really going for it right now. Here's Kira Chan being played by Eurodream. Let's see what's going to happen.
We're going to see a pop star pool going down?
Maybe.
Is she going to be fighting to get under? Where is she going to go?
She's not on rate. Oh, she's very... Oh, my... Oh, my...
Oh, no.
Oh.
Wow.
I did worry about that. There's a red bomb down here by Kitten. That'll do a little bit of damage into the front wall here. As you can see, a little bit of a sizable
Opening up a window of
And
opportunity.
Josh is into the base again, trying to brick himself
Straight
in.
with the bricks. Yuri's
And
not having it this time.
Yuri has no ice.
There
and
you
now
go.
he
Quick
gets
bit of
that
ice go down, but it's
Josh
too little,
is
too late.
brilliantly- He knows Yuri can't do anything, so he swaps sides because Yuri can't really do much without that ice. That's someone who knows what they're doing and trying to outplay the Yuri there. Nicely done by him. First cube is down. Let's go on board with Bradders, who is snowballing and gets an assist there on Josh Mesh.
Nice.
First base down for Team A. Team 1 in the driver's seat. With Blockbuster coming down, of course, in 4 minutes' time. So Kira Chan might be an opportunity for Kira to maybe draw. Oh my goodness, that's going to hurt quite a lot. Kira loses 40 health.
Oh, she's in the secondary fire.
There we go. That's going to actually... Oh, look at this. Back's chasing with the alternate fire. Oh my
That
goodness
damage.
me.
Nice.
Nicely done there by them indeed.
Look at
Great
all that
stuff.
glue.
Let's actually go back and have a look at that. There we go. Let's have a look at the second.
That is going to really slow down people like Kira who rely on their movement speed
Look
for
at the little ice home
survivability.
as well. Oh, Yuri's little ice home.
I want to see an ice pill box.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, Laser, that's going to hurt. Unfortunately, didn't catch his fall with the katana.
Oh,
Just
the
walks into
secondary,
the
a
alternate
wall of
fire
electric.
of grenades. And of course, Vander cannot hurt himself with his grenades or anything. That's his passive, so that's a big plus for him. Oh, look at this. Look at them.
Meow, 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 meow.
No.
Boom.
And there we go. He's just going to keep barraging. That's all he needs to do. And it will break through that base. This is so well done by Kira Chan here. And here comes Bags. He might want to put down his active if he has
Kira
it.
Chan decided to jump in.
2v1. And Bags is in big trouble. Oh, what a grenade! What a grenade to turn that around. And unfortunately, I don't think he realizes that Kira Chan's actually still on the base. He hasn't actually caught onto this. And Kira, right now, has free reign over this base. Now, she's going to start hitting it. And Bags has absolutely no idea until just now.
He's got the grenades, but can he hit her?
There we go. 2 free hits. Needs
Josh Mesh
just
coming
to the save. The active down. Look at that damage going out. Bags going to try and keep it up. He takes big hits. He should finish it and does. Big kill, and unfortunately he dies with that beam in effect, and that is going to open up the second base massively here.
Obviously, we are getting up to Blockbuster 2 minutes now until not only do we see the Blockbuster come down, but Respawn's got up to 30 seconds.
That's a great point, Jono, and there we go. Animus going to try and defend his Eliza with the chem grenades. That will kill Sarge eventually, but that damage to the base is going to be quite significant.
Meanwhile, the cat launch is coming in.
Kittens coming in. Josh Mesh does go down, but look at the pressure they're putting in. Now, the difference between Team A and Team 1, Team A's second base has a roof. Team 1's doesn't. And this is the problem when you have a roof over the second base. It allows them to barrage it as much as this. Torvalis trying to set up for the future with a spawn in the enemy's final base here. Let's see what that takes us. But anyway, Kitten in the middle is hurt. He should go down and does. Blockbuster in a minute and 20 seconds. And it looks like, I believe, Team A are already set up. And they're going to start putting down some supplies here, which would be a wise thing to do. Exactly,
especially on maps like this where they kind of tunnel you in a certain direction. Getting the Blockbuster can allow you to just steamroll and build up insane momentum.
Bradders on top. Here comes the snowballs. But look, YOLO Dream's just going to sit behind the cube. The second cube is not looking good. Second cube is down.
The snowblower's out. He wants to stop him. There you go. Look at that CC there from the snowblower.
Team 1 onto their final. Bags has just got a lovely bit of damage down and the ult in the fire. But they've lost 2 cubes. But the Blockbuster Light could change everything. They need to secure this now. Here we go. 40 seconds. Oh, look at this.
He's going for the catch.
Sonny wants to catch this.
He's going to need to reinforce that bridge, though. It's looking a bit precarious.
They have no Nigel to snipe the bridge down to Team A. This is the problem here. And Sonny... Oh, Laser tried to go up. It didn't quite work. And he's kind of made things a little bit more difficult. He's trying to climb up. Tiki's...
He gets shot in the back.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he had to. He had to do that. And unfortunately, that's not going to take out the bridge. Now, Laser is going to regen himself from the health block. Here comes Blockbuster in 15 seconds. Meanwhile, though,
I don't know. I was going to say, that might not be long enough.
It is far enough.
Are you sure?
The middle block, it's going to land literally right
on the cusp.
This row. I think Sonny maybe...
However, if it does miss...
I'd go another layer.
That should be fine. It should be fine. There
we go. You're right. Look at precision.
Oh no!
It's his own team.
It's his own team.
Okay. Josh and his bridges every time, but he gets it, and he didn't want to play the risk and allow maybe
there you go, stop an OP.
And he gets it, and now that means Kitten and YOLO Dream can really rock this space. It's a 2v1. And Bradders just got hit big time by a red bomb for 100 damage. He's covered it up with ice, which is a great idea. He's going to try and snowball his way and gets it with Bags' help. He gets a kill, gets an assist. And here come the red bomb drops. And C4 with Blockbuster Light. This is going to hurt. Oh, man. And
down again. Now they just have to defend them. Of course, Bradders there, feeling a bit worse for wear.
Unfortunately, he doesn't even have time to react. The damage is going to hurt this base so much now with Blockbuster Light.
But doesn't it look pretty with that ice there?
There we go. And
look at all this C4. Sarge has been waiting for this.
This is it, and this is going to be game. We've never had 5 games in one competitive Throwdown stream. We're going to have a 5th game if the game ends in just a few moments. Kitten secures the kill on Laser. That's down, and here we go. Base going down. Nice. Blockbuster Light. Team 1 are going to pick up their first win. They have steamrolled and picked up
Josh Mesh answered the call.
Brilliant stuff.
Fantastic synergy there.
Really well played. Ben, arena you want us to play for the last one? Any arena you want us to play?
What's the newest?
The newest are the ones we've actually been through them.
I know we've been through. What's the crowd favorite right now?
All right, what do you guys in the chat want us to play? There you go. So let us know in the chat what arena you want us to finish up on. And then we can go from there. How do I get into the beta phase?
What about Lake House?
I mean, Lake House is fine.
Because that's very enclosed, very close
Ben
combat.
said we should let them decide, so we'll wait and see what the chat come up with.
Vote Lake House. It's good.
Beach Base, okay.
Medic wants Ben's babies.
Beach Base, Olympia. We'll give it about 15 seconds or so, and then we'll just pick one off there. Pipe Mania.
Beach, wow.
That's highly seen. He's already said that.
What's Googly want to play?
Let's Googly here.
He's in and out. He's in and out. He has to go and get his jelly deals from time to time.
Yeah, right.
Pipe Mania, all right.
All right, let's go with Googly.
Oops, goodness, can't spell. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Right, a password is going out now, guys. Everyone can join from the last game because it's the last match, so why not? We'll just see who gets in first, and the password is going out literally
Bonus points if you go all
right
Yeti.
now. There you go. Alright, so we're going to get ready to go in just a second, but my goodness me, what... I mean, I was excited. I love competitive streams. I love them even more when we got new things to show off, but this has been so fun. So fun.
It's great to have Ben with us as well.
Yeah.
Ben's very, very busy, so it's great that we've actually managed to snag him. I'm sure you love seeing all the carnage, and obviously you do get a professional developer insight as well, which is golden and something you don't often see, which is fantastic for us to have you here and for the community to be able to engage with you like this.
Oh, it's always fun. Like I like watching guys' streams. I try and make all of them. I make most of them. And again, just watching the people play, watching what they do, getting the feedback in the chat, what's going on, and people coming together and sharing ideas and strats and what's good and what's bad. It's just a really good opportunity for us all to come together, really.
There we go. Googly saying Pipe Mania is a quick game. Well, if somehow this game
what if Yuri gets the high ground and just snow bombards?
If this game ends in 5 minutes, then
it's not a 5-minute map.
we just never know. Lake House is not a 5-minute map. We have seen a 5-minute Lake House courtesy of the Dream.
That's true.
I think it's for 3 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was insane.
Dream Genie taking no prisoners.
Absolutely. So we're in the lobby right now. Man, oh man. I think there was a question saying, how do I get into this beta? You can go on the Steam forums inside the player test realm section, and you'll see a post called Accessing the PTR. That'll give you a 5-step rundown on how to get into it. It's pretty quick and should get you into it very quickly. Of course, do remember that the BTR is it's not everyone's cup of tea, so to speak. They'd rather just stick to the live game.
It's
and not
very
have to
much a test environment.
So it's never going to be insanely popular with players. There are specific time zones we try to aim for: 6 to 10 p.m. BST, and that should give you the should be able to find a match, because a lot of the players, I mean, we've had a full lobby pretty much instantly in every one of our games today, so it's been great to see.
And something to remind you about the PTR is it is a build in progress. There are bugs, there are problems. You're seeing it being played tonight, and it's behaving, it's doing its thing, balance and everything is pretty okay, but at the same time they're expect the unexpected. Lord only knows. We promise nothing. We try and keep it up, and we will be updating, and when we do, we'll be changing things and wiping things, and it's a constantly shifting base that's going on there. So just keep in mind on that.
Obviously, the problem being, not a problem, but I guess the unique factor being block and load obviously is just because there's so many variables. I mean, I think there's one weapon has at least 20 different variables because of all of the different things, even more than that probably.
It's an incredibly complex, just the way things play off each other, and the fact that the players have total control of the environment and what they do. Just makes it a very dynamic play space that keeps it interesting, right?
Absolutely. Block and Ed says, Block and Load, will we see an update tomorrow? Well, basically, the plan is the moment we can tell you for a fact when an update is coming, we will definitely let you know. I think it's safe to say that we do want to get this update out soon, obviously, because there's a lot of things that we've already alluded to that we want you to try out. I can't remember what the password is. There we go. And yeah, so hopefully, if all goes well, by the time Monday's Q&A comes around, you'll have a lot of questions. But Pipe Mania time. We have an Astorella in this game.
We don't have a Yuri.
We don't have a Yuri.
But the siege potential is huge.
The saddest moment in our stream so far is that we do not have a Yuri in this game. But we have Tony. Of course, Maiko is back for another run at defending his base. He did a glorious job, I have to say, on the causeway. Let's see if he can keep this up for the second
Obviously,
game.
Kira, a popular choice. Surprised we didn't see a double Kira Chan. Obviously, we do have Astorella from Shader.
I think after what Shader did with Astorella, I think it might inspire... Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, you curse of Shawnee.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Shader.
Hashtag blame Shawnee, everyone.
Yep.
We kind of answered this earlier, Block and Heads, when we talked about the character. Basically, his question is, will Yuri's name change to another Russian name? Now, Yuri's had quite a lot of names during his lifespan, I guess is the word. As Ben actually alluded to one name earlier, which was a code name, never at all final. But I think Yuri is the name it's going to be.
Yes.
And
Yuri with a Y.
Yes.
Y-U-R-Y will be his final name.
And when you hear his voice, it'll all come together.
Yes.
You will love it. So yeah, do not worry. But yeah, you can already see both teams already getting to work a little bit. That's a nice little turret placement there. Although it is facing the wrong way, but when someone comes in range of it, it will come into play. That little turret that bounces around. I do miss Luigi, I have to say. But yeah, 4 minutes to go in the build phase. Cameraman with a little cut there. Team-wise, Eliza, Science, Kira, Tony, and Astorella. They have someone who can put down respawns in the Science. They have 3 people who can put, 2 people who can put down health in Eliza and Tony. And they have 2 people who can put down mobility in the case of Kira and Astorella. Team 1's lineup. What do you think about?
Both sides actually have a pretty good balance all around. I mean, these are very well-rounded teams. So we'll see the full complement of blocks and support blocks going out there. Oof.
This is like death right here.
Yeah, what they need to do is fake block that bad boy up.
Absolutely.
And Shader getting to work on the cut here. He's already separated that, so this should be coming down. My goodness, this is going to be a gigantic cut when this comes down. Actually, that brick isn't anchored, so that will be a massive a cut for Team 1.
That'll hit the cap for sure.
That'll definitely hit the 1k cap when it's about to come down, so we'll zoom out a little bit and just watch it come down in all its glory in just a second. Any second.
Shader just doing a shuffle.
Oh, he just needs to separate these here.
Yeah, there you go.
Shader. What's
Shader looks a bit.
That might be your problem.
His own brick.
He's put his brick down. Okay, I know what he's doing.
Splitting it.
He's splitting it. This is okay.
Smart.
This makes a lot of sense. So yeah,
look at that resource management, though. I mean, impressive. He's got a meta to the block cutting meta.
Yeah.
Yo, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Shader's just checking. He just wants to make sure that this cut is pristine. He's really efficient.
He's a perfectionist, isn't he?
And,
skilled on the battlefield and a good planner as well.
And there we go. He's just double checking. Is everything to his standard? Although of course that's actually anchored up there. And there we go.
Oh.
So he's gonna get to work, and that will be his key. And the moment this detonates, that should be it. And there you go.
Boom.
That massive cut on the right there. It does leave their base.
All of a sudden, the arena looks a bit more empty.
It does. But Pipe Mania has many different walkways. We have the green pipes, which contain mud. Can be a little bit evil, but I mean they go through everywhere. The middle of the map is as basic as it gets. Essentially 3 green little plants, pipes of doom here, so to speak. Supply drop will drop on that one, and the blockbuster drops there. So,
Not that you often see a blockbuster on this one.
No, not often, but we're going to wait and see what comes out of it. And what is going on with people today? I think Yola Dream fell through there, and unfortunately fell to his death. Shader, I think, is going to go help him finish the cuts. We've seen a lot of fails this stream, but they've been fun fails. They haven't been like, oh my god, bad fails. They've just been a lot of fun. I mean, we've seen, obviously, Shader, Astorella himself, and actually, ground pound himself to death. So, there's no...
How is that possible?
Because he did it. We saw it. He ground
Into the
pounded
lava.
the floor, and then he fell
into the floor.
in,
Yeah.
So he'd already essentially screwed himself over in that sense. I really wish we had seen a Genie. We've seen all the heroes in the stream.
It's weird because Genie's popular in competitive style play.
Genie, it's a bit, am I crazy? Okay, right. What was the change for Astorella going from red to green?
Red to for
her outfit.
For her skin?
Her default outfit is now green.
Green's a nice summer color.
It used to be red.
Winter even.
It was.
Is there any reason why? If you can remember?
I'm trying to think.
I don't know the reason, if I was to be honest with you guys.
The biggest reason would be, and I'm guessing here, I don't actually remember, is that red is a friend foe color.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we wouldn't want as much. Realize Cog violates that, but he's the exception.
He's a big robot.
He's a big. He's looking like a toy, right? Not a rather specific one.
He's called Cog.
But that would have been my guess if I was going to, hey, why would you change it?
That does make sense.
I think Astorella looks badass in green as well.
That's a good color on her.
So 10 seconds to go. Whoops. 10 seconds to go. We're going to get ready to go in just a moment. 5 seconds. Shader, of course, has his rocket boots ready. I have no doubt about that. Let's see what he has in mind.
Oh, he's going to be going straight on the offensive.
And away we go.
Look at him go.
Right into the fray. Bradders is about to come into Astorella. And the ground pound, obviously being the meta nowadays for
Look
Astorella.
at that.
Ground pound PPP
No,
combo.
we did see a comment earlier saying, would Kira Chan make Astorella? Obviously, the answer is no.
No way. Astorella is
Look
a
at that.
monster if played properly.
I was going to say, those heals of hers doing some damage.
Yes.
And Shader gonna... Oh my goodness, Shader
Oh,
has just
turn around.
wandered into enemy territory.
That is a turret nest and a half. Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Wonder where that
Nice.
leads.
That isn't going to go anywhere. There's no static image. There's only one... Well, there's none down now, courtesy of that. And Maiko doesn't quite realise just how close... There we go.
There we go.
Just needs one shot and the ground...
Oh,
no way!
oh.
No way! Shader still going...
Oh.
My goodness, I thought he was going to do that.
The impending doom of a bouncy space woman.
Macaraman goes in and uses his active.
Oh.
Unfortunately, didn't disable every one of the turrets.
Now,
so-
if they had a cogwheel,
Oh, this is perfect mortar
Yes.
time right
perfect, because the bases are contained. You rarely see a
Oh,
roof.
look at this!
Wow!
Turrets on
Look at
the
that
vision of
turret.
the
That
enemy
is
base.
awesome.
So that's going to be placed by Animus, and unfortunately Kitten does go down. Animus is going to be bridge dropped. Oh, my goodness, saved. And he's going to try and make his jump. He didn't quite make it, but survives.
Obviously
Just.
calculated.
And Josh Mesh begins the ascent up towards the enemy base. He's going to start firing away on that turret. Very smart. Decides not to engage Eliza
Yeah,
until he
focus
gets
on the
turret.
objectives. There's some
There's some
grenades,
grenades.
and they hit the
Oh,
wall.
not to be. Good.
Obviously, good use of the wall there.
So we can see the base a little bit open right now. Josh Mesh gonna go into a bit of an enemy territory. Yellow Dream uses his heal, and Josh has got the angle just to start wailing away on that turret. As you can see, that turret is getting annihilated, and down it goes. Yellow Dream and not able to save it, and Josh is just gonna challenge.
Oh, he's
now.
like, oh, you want some,
And here we
Eliza?
go. Oh my goodness me, the damage 8 crits, and Yola Dream is getting shredded, and Yola Dream is on his health and ammo.
Oh, there's a
He runs
grenade.
out. The grenades are out in the corner there. They
Oh.
get the glue block, but didn't go where he wanted it to go. There you can see the health and ammo healing Eliza.
Eliza wondering, why are you doing this to me?
As Josh Mesh getting a couple shots there, and Eliza trying to return the favour of a bit of shots. The rocket launcher hits her for a 40. Now can he do it again? And he hits a turret at the same time. That's a 2-for-1 for him, and he can do that all day. He just needs one more shot at the turret, and he does. He doesn't actually hit the turret. He can finish Eliza though. Maybe. Oh, he used a grenade, but Josh Mesh still alive. True grit.
Wow.
Keeps it going. Gets the kill.
Well
gets
done.
the turret, and now he can get another turret, and he has 3
Single-handedly taking down that base.
Man, what a run by him.
Nice.
And here comes Paul as well. C4 going down almost instantaneously. And you can see Animus going to work. Gets the kill. Nicely done there on Josh
Good
Mesh.
timing from Paul with science,
And
dropping in.
Animus needs to try and back up. He gets a heal, does Paul. Heals himself. Animus backs up, switches back around, uppercuts to
Nice.
death by
Respectable
Paul.
jukes there, but not enough.
Absolutely, and you can see Paul getting to work. However, I have to say both teams' base health's a little bit even right now, and Animus getting to work. He's going to be able to get a bit of damage, but he hasn't secured the kill he wanted. Has YOLO Dream.
Here
and
comes Josh.
Unfortunately, Josh is here, which means YOLO Dream's in big trouble. He actually grenaded his teammate,
Oh.
and actually does Paul go down in that situation. And Josh, I believe, just fell for a very anonymous gap and did die himself. And now Animus gets a bit of breathing
Credit
space
to Eliza
build.
there, credit to Eliza.
Maiko has two turrets alive.
Does he know how close science is?
Oh, I think he does. Macaraman,
It's
right
just like,
underneath.
oh wait, and oh.
Maiko just falls down a little bit there. Macaraman, he's trying to dig out the corners to get to the turrets. Very smart by him. He's actually going to respawn as well. And he got grenaded there by Cliff Racer's Vandergraaf. Macaraman backing up for the duration. And let's... Oh, this could be interesting. Oh, Vander's about to
He
get
needs
hit
a
big
second
time.
one.
Oh, they died
Oh.
to each other. Man, a landmine and Macaraman put his body on the line. But he got the kill in the process. Josh Mesh looking around there. Let's see what he's got in mind. Yikes. So, Josh is on radar. And his landmine did just get blown up by Killer Kitten.
Look, it's straight through the window.
Sips through the window. Oh, he's going to get himself some free
He's
health
like the
and ammo.
Bruce Willis of block and load.
And there we go. And Josh getting absolutely annihilated. No chance. Gets his grenades out, but unfortunately not to be. He put a brick in front of that turret just for
Exactly, if you didn't have time to take them down, stop their line of sight.
Animus doesn't know. I don't think he
Hasn't
realizes
looked
just
up
yet.
yet, no.
And the moment he realizes he'll need to fix that turret, because that is going to... There we go. No, he hasn't spotted it. So that turret right now
He's just a lapse.
is not... There we go.
There we
So
go.
Yellow Dream going to help him out there. Nice bit of teamwork. Here comes
Meanwhile,
Vandergraaf.
Cliff Racer.
There's a health block right there. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Cliff Racer survives just for that duration.
See, now-
Oh, getting into the bear trap.
This
Sorry,
is another
John.
arena that is good for Astrella because she has lots of ways to burrow in and use her orbital beacons.
True.
That's a great point.
Well, and between that and her double jump, she can get to any rooftop too.
the
so-
turret up there. What in the what? It's a turret up there. I'm not too sure what the idea was behind that, but there you go. Turret up high, and that is Macaraman, I believe. Oh my goodness. Oh man, Macaraman staying alive. This tower very familiar to some people because it's from the Causeway. So the same tower that people use to often block cut. Macaraman getting to work with a spawn. 4 members of Team A inside Team 1's base. Let's go on board with those lot. And let's see what they're up to here.
Oh.
Look at this.
Are they going to be brave?
That's brilliant by Bradders.
Synergy.
And Josh doesn't even use... He's probably going to put a spawn down, but that is some wonderful synergy right there. Lovely teamwork by them. Josh has his spawn down now, and now can begin the process of pretty much speeding Bounce Pad Nova. It's gone both with Bradders, who's inside the enemy base. Oh, there we go. And a Petal Portal as well. There's all different types of ways of getting there. And Josh is on radar.
He's on his way.
Getting shot, true great in effect. Grenades, didn't quite go what he wanted to there. Bradders making his way into the enemy base. He has his My Digging Pal app and block tool out. His active is in. He's going to try and
He knows he's going down, so he's just going to fire him
that's
out.
going to hurt Animus. Oh, not quite in the range. And the pressure is consistent here by both teams, but Team A are losing amazingly. Team 1 have been consistently keeping up the pressure. Let's go on board with Team 1 a little bit more and see what they're doing. Macaraman uses his active, disables one turret, goes in, tries to get the second turret. Can he do it?
How
yes,
will
he
Tony
can.
react?
Nicely done. Blitz dances onto Tony
Wow,
for damage.
that damage.
Brilliant ult fire for damage and secures the kill. Kitten's here to help him as well. That is some fantastic teamwork by Team 1. Macaraman and Kitten synergize, and that is the first cube. Look at the numbers. Active by Astorella. There we go. I expected that to happen. Look how fast
Look at
Science
that
is.
speed.
Science is just flipped
And the
onto
ground
the base.
pound as well.
Ground pound coming into play.
Oh, here comes the kittens.
And here comes Shader trying to hold his own with the ground pound and trying to stay alive as Macaraman and Shader. Bomb is down. Shader is still alive somehow. That bomb is down. It's on radar. So Kitten trying to cover it. That bomb's just going to have free reign and blow up.
There's rainbows everywhere.
And there we go. Oh, man. Nice hit. One more.
Nice.
Oh, he just needs one more hit to finish off.
Oh, he picks up the
Michael.
health.
Oh, there's kittens by kitten. No, there are kittens by kitten.
Oh.
And kitten goes down to the kittens. Oh, man. Josh Mesh on the cube with a C4 now. And down he goes. Fire Trap got the kill on him. And Macaraman going to get to work defusing that C4. Threat averted. And my goodness me, it is just consistently action everywhere.
Exactly. You think you can have a respite, but no. Someone always starts a fight.
Oh, look at this. Shader doesn't quite realize how close he is to Bradders. Out comes some saucers, and is he going to detonate them straight away? Nope, he's going to reload
He's
and
gonna
fire
get-
more,
oh.
and decides to detonate them now. The turret is still alive, just. Now, Paul versus
Paul
Shader.
smells Shader.
Oh, he got
Oh!
it! Double jump!
And
Shader's
he
still
jumps
alive,
back
but
on.
he should be finished here shortly. Shader is going to double jump and keep himself
Oh,
alive. Just
Science has
brilliant.
not given up. Look at that escape.
Turrets are going to come and
Fantastic.
kill him.
Oh.
Well done.
Oh, what a just brilliant action. And Josh Mesh on the cube again, uses his rocket launcher, has 2 C4s down. YOLO Dream has no hope in defusing them, unfortunately. That's going to cause 200 damage per C4, and that's going to cause
Look at that
190 damage
chunk.
per C4, sorry. And that's going to chunk it quite nicely. Josh Mesh, YOLO Dream, they're in a bit of a personal rivalry in this game right
Look
here.
at that.
And Josh Mesh getting alive, but there's a health block that's keeping him alive there. YOLO Dream, but they
Fantastic
kill
use of
each other
defensive
anyway.
blocks. Now, saying interesting, we've seen a lot of C4 tonight, and in the past, C4 has received a lot of criticism for not being useful. Now, obviously, Ben, what are the immediate advantages of C4 over things like the Red Dynamite or the Big Bomb?
Well, for Sarge especially, here's an orbital. That's going to be interesting to see. They're cheaper. They
Oh, he got
bang
it
for
down.
the buck. They are just plain better. We'll be looking at all the explosives moving forward. Things like orbital strike and stuff are going to be
Oh,
more things to talk about in the near future on all of the explosives.
Defuse. Oh, they ain't
No,
defusing that.
no, I want to see him get melted.
Vanda's
Here it goes.
Oh,
Oh!
my goodness. And Vanda, unfortunately, feels the power.
And here comes
of the
more
big guns.
kitties.
Look at the kitties
Oh,
fly.
they're waiting for their moment.
Oh, my goodness me. And Cairo feels that one. Oh,
He's
that's a wonderful
brave. Oh,
kitty.
it bounces
That is a
inside.
wonderful
He has
kitty.
no idea.
Bang! Goodbye.
Nice shot.
Oh, my.
That was the cat that got the cream.
Oh my, unbelievable. Shader gets uppercutted to the face there by Paul, and Kitten going to work on the cube. He gets uppercutted as well. What a, just
Paul Science back on form there.
It really is. Josh
No,
Mesh.
Josh Mesh is relentless solo attacking, booby trapping their own base.
But look at the cut they've done. Look at this.
Wow, I
mean-
didn't expect that.
And oh, he just got the kill on Animus with those landmines that he did just booby trap down. And let's see what he has in mind. And there's no way Eliza can protect that turret and not repair it anyway. So Josh Mesh can repair it, and that is Josh Mesh can destroy it, and that is down. And Josh, I believe, just fell. He's just got a crossbow.
Slipped and fell.
So we didn't quite catch that. Vanda trying to cut down a bridge. There's a bit of, oh my goodness, there's Kitten and Shader both in.
Look at
right
this,
now
the
in
ladies
final.
are on it, taking down that cube.
And look at this, Kitten goes down, Astorella being played by Shader, but look at Macaraman keeping Paul busy. Shader has got free roam free reign, I should say, over this base. And this is not looking good for Team A right here.
Interesting to see Makara there not engaging on the cube, but patrolling to protect the person who's blocked in.
Oh my goodness, Shader just got a kill on Makara Man did as well. They turned it around. They turned it around phenomenally. They've got 2 free men on the base. And
turn and burn is real.
Is going to do it for our final match.
Not even a barrage of cats can save them now.
That is just
well done.
Brilliant.
Very well done.
That's the GG.
Wow. Just 5 matches of awesomeness. What more can you ask for?
6 matches of awesome.
But
no, I kid.
Not. We've just hit literally.
Some incredible plays there all throughout.
Wow.
Stellar, absolutely stellar.
All right, so I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna say a couple of things, throw it over to Ben, and then we'll throw it over to Jono to finish it up. So, if there was ever any indication of the new heroes and what crazy stuff can come out of it, we saw a Yeti Fortress, a Snow Fortress. We saw the amazing Shader Kira run that he ran on Causeway. And then, of course, we saw Bags and others as Vander who held their own with those grenades. I mean, there's all different varieties. They're not balanced in any way. We just want to point that out.
Well, they are balanced a bit.
They're not completely
Ben just didn't spin a wheel and go, yay! Numbers!
As much as you guys may think I do that, no, there is some thought behind what's going in.
But and that is it. So, a question from a Blockhead Heads. Can Ben tickle his own beard? Bit of a unique question.
I don't really have a beard. It's all kind of gone now. Sorry.
But there's a lot that's going to be improved. Spectator, as I mentioned, is going to get improved, so we don't have both red teams, and the mini-map sometimes doesn't stay where it wants to be, etc. There's many things coming up, and the biggest one of them all is on Monday, we have our Q&A stream at normal time, 8 p.m. BST to 10 p.m. BST. Ben, David, Jono are going to be around, probably myself and Sally. Sally, of course, asking the questions from you guys, the audience. While I try to make sure Ben is audible for you guys. But yeah, it should be great fun. It's going to be awesome. And by the time Monday comes around, I have a feeling you're going to have a lot of questions just for the same reason of what is going on. Because this is going, when it happens, there's quite a lot coming into this game. And the last thing I want to say is that you should probably, if you're still on the PTR, go and queue up in Classic, because other people are doing that right now. So if you want a game and maybe level up a little bit, go ahead and go and do that right now in the Classic queue. Ben?
Again, this is a fantastic opportunity for me to see people play firsthand, new heroes, the new maps, the new gameplay that comes with it, and just really get a good feel for what's working and what things maybe need a little bit more looking at. And it's just, as always, enjoyable for me to actually see the game in play and just really see what people do with it.
Jono?
Yeah, okay, a couple of things then. Of course, we are doing the Q&A on Monday. Of course, you don't quite know what it's about yet, but if you want to email tweet some preemptive questions, hashtag BNLQNA. And of course, when you find out what the Q&A is going to be about, feel free to do more questions. And of course, then we can use the hashtag to source them before, during, and after the stream and have a lot of fun. A big thanks to Josh Mesh for hosting tonight's games. Despite going 4-1, really sporting, great to see.
Great match.
And I'd just like to obviously mention the base build project. Of course, on the Steam forums in the main section, if you look at the thread there, we want your bases, we want your blueprints so that we can show off something when free-to-play launches to the public. And maybe a few other people to show you all the variations you can do on but one cube. So please go on this. Sean will put the link on chat. We want to see videos, we want to see screenshots. Anything we use will get full credit to you, the individual, and you'll get to show it off to the world. So we're really excited about that. And with your support, we can really make it something special. So yeah, really, really excited for that. But yeah, other than that, some amazing games tonight. You've been awesome. We've really enjoyed seeing it, so no doubt everyone else has as well. Big thank you for Ben giving up his evening to come and spend some time on the stream.
Anytime.
You know, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here, and everyone on the stream loved it. You and your comments and your facial hair, it seems, as well. So yeah, let's wrap it up. I've been Jono, he's been Shawnee, he's been Ben. We'll see you on